breed that quickly. I remember
Oh
reading.
gosh.
Again,
And would they be
lesbian
like
bed death.
pregnant for like 25 years?
Right. That was the other side of the coin. So do they develop really slowly? Instead of like humans have to learn it all in 20 years, maybe they take like 300 years to gestate.
It feels like some humans take 300 years to learn anything.
It seems like to get to adventurer stage, you'd have to be up there in elf years already. Like, there aren't any 20-year-old elves going out adventuring. They don't know anything yet.
Babies.
Or likewise,
they're adults.
if they're 350, shouldn't they know everything? Shouldn't they have a 20 in all stats?
I feel like there was a book in the Forgotten Realms that dealt with this specifically. That there was like a book on elves. I think it was one of the Volo's guides, maybe, in the Forgotten Realms that dealt with like how elves, are raised and how long it takes them to learn things and stuff like that. Wonder if I can find that. I think it was one of the Volo guides.
So it must be a longer gestation period. Mentally or magically or both?
Volo's Guide to Monsters, Volo's Guide to Subraces.
So does that mean humans just learn faster?
I'd imagine so. Because that's the point of humans, is that it's quick burn and done.
Right, like forget about tradition. We'll do it our own way. We'll innovate. We'll figure this out. Whereas the elves are like, no, there's a way. You cannot do stage 10 until you do
Let
stage
me show you the way.
9.
Notebook?
Notebook.
Also, David, did you read any of my like crazy conclusions thingies?
A little bit. I didn't get through all of it because Sada's parents were here. But I do want to take the time to read all of it.
They actually made Volo's guides for 5th ed. I didn't realize this. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's Volo's Guides to Monsters, and then Volo's something else. I thought we're only 2 resource books. Sources. Here we go.
Yeah, Xavier got a bunch of new materials, by the way, last time.
Yeah, I was trying to chat. I was trying to listen to the last session, and I think I got most of the way through it. I got where you were in the forest and you were being attacked by some sort of ethereal beings of some kind that did like a psychic attack.
That's the end. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You got it all.
I couldn't watch. I was just listening on my headphones while I was doing other stuff. But yeah, I think I got the gist of it. Lindel was a naughty girl and snuck out and went and looked at the castle by herself. And
yeah, but not much came of it other than some close encounters. Nothing really.
You tried to stop her, though. Good job you not being there, but doing it.
Yeah. I'm like that.
Did it make sense for Xavier to just kind of nonchalantly?
Yeah, that totally made sense. Like,
and
no,
not break the meditation,
Yeah,
but
don't break the meditation.
Just make your opinion known.
Yeah.
He's an adult. She can do stuff.
Do stuff.
And that's fair. That's why ultimately it's your decision, but
right, but you don't know that Xavier is an adult.
That's true. Xavier
doesn't know how old Xavier is.
Didn't we have that conversation a couple sessions ago of like how old everyone is?
Yeah, we did. And Xavier was just question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
Actually, hey guys, guess what?
Wow.
I made a battle map. So, you guys are now going to be in something I named Untitled. Let's go ahead and jump there real quick. So what is going on in this map? Would anyone like to tell me what happened last time?
We came out of the woods and we were looking at the town. We were about to go in, and then there was
Genevieve,
this music. Yep.
Pretend that you're telling one of your instructors at your Fey college.
Because you may have to do that soon.
Pretend like you're just, just in case they're listening.
Just in case, he says.
As we finished traversing through these darkened woods, an ungodly hour, we stepped out into the clearing to start to go into this sunken, really dilapidated and absolutely disgusting town. When this beautiful, melodious, harmonious music started flooding my ears, it was beautiful until it went completely shrill. And I swear there was some blood dripping out of my nose. And then my friend, the fish, just passed right out right there. You'd never believe it.
My friend the fish.
My friend the fish.
Spiralia Saga, episode, what is it, 19 now? 20?
This place is cool. I love this map.
One of the last things David said to me is that you would recognize these things.
Ooh.
Yes, so as you see these things and Safkaen drops to the ground, would you like to tell everyone else what the hell is going on?
They're banshees, right? Are they banshees? Is you right? Are they banshees?
Are you asking short expectations?
No, you told me that you knew what they were, but then you didn't tell me what they were.
Yeah,
did you?
Yeah. They're banshees.
They're banshees!
Or if you're Irish, that are bean cheese.
They're banshees!
Jeez. Oh dear.
I don't remember you telling me what they were.
Bean cheese.
Cheese.
I like beans.
What did they do?
Does you know anything about banshees that she could yell to the group? You just said I would recognize them.
I will tell you what you know. I just need you to roll a... What kind of check would this be? An undead history check.
Dead history.
A 10.
I love this map, by the way.
They're banshees.
They're banshees!
They can
I
fly,
recognize these!
and they make your ears and eyes and nose bleed, which all of yours are right now. Except for Xavier,
cool.
it's a weird kind of liquid you've seen spew from him before.
Maple syrup.
Like Mountain Dew maple syrup.
I'm feeling a little sappy.
Oh.
You're wiping your eyes, pretending that you're crying for the first time.
Oh.
And meanwhile, Safkaen on the ground is spewing up much more of that liquid from all of her orifices as well.
And I also get to release my chill touch before
you do. So
initiative
go ahead and is chill touch a... Is it I roll or you roll?
You roll, right? Now see, I have forgotten what all my flavor is for.
It's a save, not an attack.
No, it's ranged spell attack roll.
No, I attack. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the other one, Toll the Dead. Yeah, I attack you. Ha
So she's gonna roll an attack. The rest of you all rolled initiative last time, and I wrote it down. So
I got mine.
David, could you turn up your input a little bit, or bring your mic a little bit closer?
Turn up my input. Is that better?
Yeah, better.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna hear me breathing now too.
I just want to show you guys that this sushi has cheese on it. This is cheese.
What?
Brazil.
Is it like American
Cheese.
cheese?
Cream cheese and American cheese.
Is it
What
bean
is that,
cheese?
fishy?
Cheese.
The taste.
Is it fishy?
There's salmon under it too. I just wanted to share that because I felt it was important. Now we can continue.
Cream cheese
Okay.
rice sounds.
All right. So
And cheese don't like it.
bring up the turn.
Good.
I wanted to look
Cheese.
at my flavor because I haven't been doing any of U's flavor. I'm so out of it. I didn't work this week. I had 4 days off in a row, so I can actually play.
Aw.
I can actually play the game. I know.
Bring on.
So you will yell to you guys, "It's fucking banshees!" and then release her chill touch, which she cuts the air with her. See, I wrote all this down so long ago. Where's my dagger? She cuts the air with her dagger, and then 11 plus 8. Is that? Do I have a plus 8? I have an attack. Yes, plus 8. Okay, 19 to hit.
19 to hit. Very nice. Let's
Isn't
see
chill
here.
touch
And
necromantic
there's
damage?
3, right? So I can only hit 1. Huh?
Kit, go ahead.
Isn't chill touch necromantic damage?
Necrotic, I believe.
Necrotic damage, yeah. And I guess I'm just aiming at the middle one because I can only have one target. Whatever one I'm closest to, I want to try to blast back a little. I didn't know what we were going to be. I held chill touch an hour into playing, and so I didn't know
She
we
was
were gonna be
walking through the
fighting
woods, just holding it every 6 seconds,
Yeah.
renewing, making sure that the next thing that jumped out, whatever it was, she could
Yeah,
tell
I
it.
chose- I chose Chill Touch because it's silent. It was the only one because we didn't want to bring things to us. And so I didn't want to ring my bell. I didn't want to light it up with fire. So that's the whole reason I held Chill Touch.
Smart.
I know it's not the best thing to hit a banshee. I didn't know we were fighting banshees.
Does
Genevieve.
necrotic damage do anything to
Yeah.
banshees?
We don't
You
know.
don't know.
We're gonna
We'll find
see.
out.
We're about to find out. Let's see what happens.
You also had something up.
I had.
I need to see what the duration of it is, though, because
I was holding.
you did
yeah.
it before you guys went into the woods, so there might be a time limit.
It was Blade Ward,
And your
which
blade
doesn't
ward
really matter at this point.
lasts for
1 round.
1 round. Okay, so that's gone. All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to upkeep that. So everybody's characters should be up, including Charles and Lafayette, who we don't need for this.
They just randomly appeared. Hello.
All right, so
And here,
I
Go
I
out.
am going to enter the initiatives that I have written down from last time. You was a 10.
Yeah, I'm a 10.
Jen was a 22. Lindel was a 24.
Yeah.
Xavier needs to roll initiative. I did not for you.
Yeah.
Safkaen is a 0, is what I had written down.
I had
She's
rolled a
passed
7.
out.
17.
Currently
I'm gonna put that up there. It'll be important for your death saving throws. And let's see here. And of course, Bean Cheese, who you don't know what their initiative roll is. Not yet.
No.
So I'm just gonna kind of keep them at 0 until you guys find out. So Xavier, how'd you do?
You
Sorry, I didn't have my dice.
spirit into a centaur body. She's just gonna stomp you for the rest of her life, for all of eternity. She's gonna stomp on the back.
If I put you in a centaur body.
Yes, forever. Stepping on the back of your heels.
I'm gonna ride you around.
No, I'll fuck you up and spit on you.
We also have Thomas's water. Lindell cast that water walk thing on us too, right? We can all walk on water.
oh yeah,
I need
water
to-
walk is active for the next because I cast it when we were in the hut, so everyone can walk on water for the next hour /45 minutes /50 minutes whatever's left.
Okay, yeah, that's still up.
Conditions.
All right, Xavier, how's
It's
your
Non-concentration.
Xavier, your initiative, please?
Yeah, 18.
18, all right. So let's go ahead and reorder these. Ascending, decent. There we go. All right, so top of the round after use Chill Touch goes off will be Lindell and then Genevieve's on deck. How did you do for your Chill Touch?
19 to hit.
19. That does hit.
And
so
I'm
go ahead and
aiming
roll
for this
damage.
closest one because it's the closest to Safkaen.
So you reaches out with her hand with her dagger in it and points towards the middle banshee, the closest one. And
If it hits, you see 2 frozen skeletal hands rise out of the ground and try to swipe at it.
what is the range on that?
120 feet.
Okay, you're fine.
And then it's just 2d8. So I rolled 10 points of damage. Necrotic, though.
10 points of necrotic damage.
So you're going to take 5? Is it going to take...
It does take damage. You notice a visible reaction from it.
Ooh. So do I know... Are these
You said that was 10 points? I'm sorry.
10 points? And I know these are undead, in my knowledge. Or are they...
Yes,
You know
they
they're
are
undead.
undead. You do know this.
They're undead! They're undead! I'm good at undead stuff, though. We're fine.
Give them to Ordog.
Hang on, I'm doing a little bit of upkeep
Here,
here.
Ordog, an afternoon snack for you.
That's right.
All right, so that ends the surprise round. On to top of the order. Lindell, what would you like to do?
Okay, so Lindell's just like has half a moment of aghast as she watches Safkaen drop and just hears you yelling that they're banshees, they're undead, which doesn't mean anything to Lindell other than undead. as she runs, she'll use 5 feet of movement to run up beside Safkaen. Is she still breathing?
Yes.
Is she unconscious? She not dead? Okay.
Unconscious, bleeding out.
Unconscious, bleeding out. Okay. Either way, it was going to be a 3rd level spell slot. So she's going to cast a 3rd level healing word.
3rd level healing word. Very nice. And how much healing?
So Safkaen heals for 12 points of healing.
Nice.
12 points. Very
He
nice.
is
So
conscious.
you are conscious, your eyes open. You're choking on your own blood that is coming up out of your throat as you expel it. You are now at 12 hit points. You're still prone.
Okay.
And then she'll, because she's a nimble halfling, she can move through other creature spaces. She'll move through Safkaen's space to the other side, and she'll grasp her holy symbol, and in a swirl of light and sparkles, she'll use her channel divinity invoke duplicity and split into 2 identical copy Lindels, and both Lindels will just stand there holding each other's hands, just looking defiantly at the banshees in a very like protective kind of like "don't touch my friend" kind of stance.
Yeah.
All
All right. I would like you to mark the one that is the real you.
Okay.
Or I can change the opacity of one of them.
Wait, here, I'll just take away the HP bar of the one that isn't me.
Okay, that works. So, do you guys like my new flight boxes? I created little towers, so now you can see how high up you are as well.
That's so cool. It also feels like they're spiraling, like they're like.
Yeah. So they're 20 feet in the air?
5,
5,
10,
10,
15, 20, 25.
25.
Yep. No, you're right. 20. Because that 0 is ground. So 5, 10, 15. You're right, 20. 20 feet.
Okay.
So we might have to employ some Pythagorean theorem for your attacks.
Oh no.
So we love
Get
Get it
mad.
open on your browser. Pythagorean theorem.
Oh no.
3.14?
A squared plus z squared. No, wait.
Uh-oh.
Skeptical.
F squared plus u squared equals f
Yeah,
squared.
exactly. That's what I'm feeling.
that was the signal I was getting. As long as I'm reading the room, okay.
No KY problems here.
I can't see. Do you have the turn order hidden from us?
It should be up on your screen.
Yeah, I can't see. I can see a banshee and 0. That's it.
Yeah.
That is odd. Maybe it's because it's from a previous photo. All right, upkeep time. Delete, 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 and delete.
Because we can't see who's next. I'm reloading. Oh yeah, we don't really have to say we're reloading anymore because our video's not attached to Roll20.
Righto.
All right, I see it now.
Better technology.
Okay.
Your names aren't on there. What?
My name's there.
Yeah,
I don't see names.
Safkaen. Oh, we have to do upkeep on our digital.
There's definitely been an update to Roll20 because some of my stuff looks
I think
different.
the update might have. Oh wait, Genevieve's fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Xavier's not shown.
Say my names.
Xavier is not shown.
Yeah.
And you is not shown.
I'll put my HP. Yeah, I didn't have my HP
Nameplate.
set up or anything.
Shabam. Okay. So Bean Cheese Lindel was a 25, I think.
24. It should be in
Oh,
there.
it's correct. It's still correct. Safkaen, you were a 17, I think.
Initiative, yeah.
17.
Do you want to know something?
What's
What?
Up until literally 1 second ago when you just said banshee. I hadn't realized you were saying it in a funny accent, and I genuinely thought you'd called the monsters. One of them was bean, and one of them was cheese.
Oh, I named it bean cheese on purpose as a joke.
Oh
my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, bean and cheese. What would the other one be named?
I think we should call them bean and cheese, and then the third one could be like, I don't know, egg or something.
Okay. Is it showing correctly for everyone now?
Yeah, I have banshees as 0 though.
Yeah, because you don't know their initiative yet.
Oh.
That was surprise round. So now we're in initiative order. Lindel, you have gone and used your action on Safkaen, and now you are... What are you doing? Casting spell.
So I used my bonus action to healing word to heal her.
Bonus action, yeah.
Moved in a defensive position and used my action to channel divinity, invoke duplicity, and summon my duplicate.
Yes.
And I'm holding hands, staring defiantly at the banshee thingies. Ghost thingy, scary, but no, don't harm my friend.
Don't harm my friend. All right, very good. So that's Lindel's turn. On to Genevieve.
All right, so I'm looking at Safkaen because I was ready to try to help and heal her, but I see that she's looking a little bit together. So I let out a huge sigh of relief. But you're there for now. You're good. And I pull out my pendulum and hang it just in front of my face. And you see Jen's hair start to blow back a bit, and her eyes glaze over in this purple glow. And then we're paused there. I have a question for you.
I knew you would have one. I'm like, what's she doing? What's happening?
Okay, so this banshee and this banshee, how far apart are they? Am I right in thinking they're 20 feet apart?
You can go by the floor tiles down below. So 5.
It's really hard when they're in the sky.
25. They're 25.
If I use the arrow though, it tells me 20.
I think you still have to jog over 1. So when you're in the air, it doesn't work quite as well. You just have to go by squares. So I can kind of touch on the screen. This would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 25 to get to this tower.
Well, that's incredibly disappointing, but this is still going to happen.
Now, does that matter for distance from you?
No.
Because you've got your movement.
I'm not moving. I'm good.
Okay,
but
you're staying put. Okay, so
I'm
it just
casting.
matters, like center point of origin kind of thing.
Yeah, that wasn't their point, but that's okay. Thanks. All right, so hair is kind of blowing back, eye is glowing purple with energy coming out, and Jen starts swinging her pendulum and casts synaptic static on this motherfucker right here.
Is that like a level 5?
Maybe
5 or 6? It's up there.
level 5 spell.
Level 5. All right.
Jen's leveled up recently. This is new power she's tapping into. So
yeah, this is a big one.
So we got to roll first, and then I'll sing if this goes through.
I need to bring up that spell. There's a little bit to it, isn't there? Synaptic.
You choose a point in a range and cause the energy to explode there in a 20-foot radius sphere. It's basically a psychic fireball.
So if it's 20-foot radius sphere, that means it's 40 feet across, Brian.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, 20 feet across.
20-foot radius, so 40-foot diameter.
So you just put it in the middle of them.
That's what I wanted to do, but that's why I was checking on the 25 feet. Oh, yeah, it's going right there.
That's why I was talking about the radius of the spell. Yeah, so if it's 20 feet from a center of origin, you can hit both of them.
Yeah, I want to get the far one, though. But
I want to get the two... Yeah,
these two right here that are grouped together-ish.
Yep, I want to drop it right in the middle, right there. Bam.
Okay. The map is a little misleading. Those other two are actually 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet apart also. They're actually a triangle. It's just because of the depth perception.
If I drop it in a way that gets all 3 of them?
Let's see here. From this
there you go. There you go.
It's just a 20-foot though. No, it wouldn't get both.
Because
it would have to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It would have to be 40 feet across to hit all.
This is what I
It
wanted
is-
to do anyway, so I'm happy.
It is 40 feet across.
No, it's a 20-foot sphere.
I thought it was 20-foot radius sphere, not.
No, it
So-
just says 20-foot sphere.
Oh,
Oh no, you're right. What?
20-foot radius sphere.
Radius sphere. Yeah,
so that means it's a 40-foot diameter
that
sphere,
does.
right?
You can hit all three. Yep, I'll let you hit all three of them.
Okay.
To do that, you'll have to drop it about 20 feet back, right around here on the dock.
Drop it like it's up, but in the sky.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
in the
up
sky
higher.
here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like an Akira bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Pure energy sphere. Okay.
Akira!
So as she's swinging, ready to go, let's do some intelligence saving throws first.
All right, intelligence saving throws away.
How intelligent are you?
Can you even save with intelligence? Yeah. Yeah, you can. All right. Dice. Where are you? All right. 3d20. Here we go. All right. Number 1. A 3.
Not
So
that
that's
is
the
no
one on the
save.
far left.
Okay.
All right. So this one fails.
Yep.
All right. That's one fail. Next one is an 18. That's the middle guy.
That's a save.
Okay, so that one saves, and then the last one is a 14.
That's a fail.
That's a fail. So the two back ones fail as the bubble, like a balloon of energy, just expands out, covering both of them.
Sheer purple energy. My voice shouts out, "Psychic killer, your mind's in pain. Can't think you can't run away."
Awesome.
Oh, but I think on the save, it still takes damage too, right? Half damage on a save.
Yeah, right. So right now they are going to take 8d6, and the other one saved takes half as much. So go ahead and roll 8d6.
All right, we're going to do some adding. 6, 12, 14, 3, 14, 17, 20, 26.
Good.
So 26 total. Very nice. All right.
Psychic damage.
Woo!
All right. So as it erupts, it does psychic damage to them as they clutch their own ears, and their ears and their eyes begin to bleed with this
How
black,
does that feel?
smoky ichor
Mhm.
as they get a taste of their own medicine. Even the one in front, but doesn't seem as phased, just kind of stares down at you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Let's
stay
see.
put.
That one.
Hi.
Math is fun.
Hey.
And the other one takes 13.
Would you guys like to see my new mech I built?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my
All right, Genevieve, would you like to move?
Stand put, just glaring at these fucking monster ghost things.
All right. So next up, we have Xavier. What is your dexterity?
Here's dexterity is 18.
18. All right. So you are next.
All right. I'm going to take a 5-foot step so that I'm standing kind of in the line of Lindel's.
That's it.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay.
The
So you have
Whoa.
moved
Whoa.
up next to the
Whoa.
Lindels.
All right.
It's like
just
Iron
look-
Man. Oh, Iron Man.
And I'm going to let loose a 5th level version of Witch Bolt.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
So you're going to rip the bean cheese?
Yep. I'm gonna rip the cheese.
All
right.
right.
Do I have to hit? An attack roll.
Yeah,
Range.
attack roll. So how many Eldritch Blasts do you have now? Is it 2 still?
Yeah, 2 Eldritch Blasts, but that's not what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm using Witch Bolt, so it's a dark
right.
beam of crackling energy that springs from my hand, and I'm gonna hit the Banshee right here in front, or attempt to. 15 plus.
There we go. Which
My spell attack is 7, so 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, 24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage as the Witch Bolt arcs out. Do you use a do you use the spell focus?
Yes.
Because you're a warcaster, right?
Yeah, 15.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Gauntlet, that's it. Right.
34 points of damage.
34 points of damage, and that's to the one right in front?
Yes, and the bolt doesn't go away. It continues to. It's attached to it at this point.
Right. So take 1d12.
And let's see.
You cast it at what level?
I cast it at 5th level, so that's 5d4.
Got it. Okay.
And it
Right. So yeah, that blue energy blasts that front one. It blasts away much of its form as it starts to flicker. Still there, but very weakened, barely able to hold on to this mortal coil.
Nice. Okay, that's
and now it is marked, right?
Yeah, there's just the bolt is continuing to go from my hand, my gauntlet, to it.
Okay. So we'll put a little lightning
and
on there.
basically every turn I can continually do damage to it now that it's attacked.
And then Genevieve, yours has a lasting effect too. After a failed save, so the banshees in the back, they seem confused and they start to turn away from you, looking back toward the crumbling kind of necropolis city that's built onto the side of the cliff. Just kind of wayward, not really sure what they're doing. Okay. So they are muddled.
Yeah,
It's not really a condition. They're just.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know how to mark that. Put a snail on them, I guess.
Oh, that's a
Do you
good
have a
one.
cheese symbol or something like that? No.
Oh yeah, cheese symbol. like cottage cheese brain.
Okay.
Cottage cheese brain.
Yeah, this kind of looks like cottage cheese.
Oh, that'll do. Yeah, that's good.
All right. So put a snail on one and cottage cheese on the other. Okay. So they have to do that. Okay. So after Xavier, now it is Bean Cheese's turn. They also rolled an 18.
Bean cheese.
Let's see.
Bean cheese.
There we go. Bean cheese. So the one in front, let's see. It is going to move back.
All of Lindell's clones are just like,
Oh, you know what? It's not going to do that. It is going to swoop down right in front of Lindell's duplicate. And let's see. Is it an intelligence check to see if, or perception to see if the illusion is real?
It's an investigation check, yeah. So intelligence investigation.
Real quick, that is it considered a construct?
No. It's an illusion.
Okay. Yeah, it's just going to have to use its investigation then. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, they have no idea. So they're going to go for the fake one, and they're going to do a corrupting touch as they reach out to touch the duplicate. And you can see kind of a sickening ichor coming from the fingertips of the banshee as it reaches out into the illusion. This spell will have no effect, but I don't know what happens to the duplicate. Does it disappear or?
So as far as I'm aware, it's an illusion. So like it just passes through and nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Still
The
there.
illusion's there, but now the banshee knows.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Okay, they have a low intelligence, so I'm gonna roll for this. See if it's still kind of confused.
We were just doing that if I was beside
it's figured it out.
the duplicate that they just had disadvantage. Just for like chance.
Is that it? Okay. So it went for the duplicate. Now it knows. Let's see, can they? So many rules for this. Okay. When do they do this?
Man, I didn't want to play a game with rules.
There are so many rules to banshees.
Banshees have rules.
Banshees don't have rules. They do what they
Screw
want.
it. I'm going to have you do it now. It's in your face, Lindel. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Is this against frightened or poison?
It is against frightened.
Ooh, okay, I get advantage because I'm a brave halfling.
Okay.
Oh.
Glad I get advantage.
You know what? It says 60 feet. Everybody do it.
What? No.
What?
Wisdom saving throw, everybody.
Everybody? Including me?
We're doing it now. Yep.
I got a 15.
It says each non-undead creature within 60 feet that can see her. All of you can see it.
Does you count as a non-undead? Phew,
Yes.
17.
She is non-undead. That doesn't mean she's fully alive.
15.
No. Not completely.
Okay, sorry, you guys have been listing off your wisdom saves. So, Safkaen,
17.
17, you're fine.
I don't know! That fucking
4, you fail. Lindel,
15.
15, you're fine. Xavier,
15.
you're fine. And you.
Are we doing
Yeah.
wisdom saves? I didn't. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
Wisdom save. The banshee is horrifying. You know what? You get advantage. You've seen these things before.
Well,
Did
is
not
it a spell? I get advantage.
It's not a
against
spell.
spells anyway.
It's an undead creature that has an ability to frighten just with its appearance. But you've seen this shit before, so you have advantage.
Well,
You're not
too
bothered.
bad I got a natural 20 anyway. Plus 4.
You're
24.
fine. You're like, yeah, scary the first time. All right, so
I've never seen one of these in person before.
Genevieve. Safkaen was fine. Just Genevieve, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no,
you are frightened
Jen.
for 1 minute. And you get to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
If the banshee's in line of sight of you, it's disadvantage on that saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. The rest of you are immune to that effect for the next 24 hours.
Ooh. Cannot be.
But only from this banshee.
Oh. Sucks.
Yep. All right. So Genevieve is frightened. That means you can't move closer to it. Like knowingly. I think that's it for this one. Yep. Next banshee. It is still muddled and confused. Let's see if you can figure out where it's going. Yeah, that one's fine. How's the other one? No way. So this one's just kind of gonna drift about. I'll say right to about here. Not moving in. This one, however, is going to move in See how far they can get. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. Oh, yeah. 35, but they can't get down. Uh-oh, Pythagorean theorem time. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Pythagoras.
Steven Kosniak.
I can spell. All right, so my A leg is, what did I say, 30? 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, sorry. So 35. And this one is 20. 40 feet. Oh, it can barely make it. It's 40.3.
Oh,
Let's just roll a dex check and see if they can actually get there. No. They're right. They're close, but not quite. Not within range by 0.3 of a foot. So they're
no.
gonna hover right up here, right in front, not near enough to attack anybody. And this other one's just gonna stay put.
Just floating
All
around
right,
like
that's the Banshee's turn. On to Safkaen.
Safkaen is gonna do like a backflip to like point herself back up again.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. So you use half your movement to get back up into a standing position.
This snaily McSnail.
Mhm.
By hovering, is it still like what 5 foot up, or is
It's
it
like
just like
0.3 feet above the ground.
Okay.
Was that 4
Lindel-
inches? 4 inches away and like trying to reach out in front
Is
of Lindel.
Lindel's here, right? So I've got Xavier and Lindel both in front of me.
Yeah, there are 2 Lindels and there is a Xavier.
Okay.
And 2 Banshees.
One Xavier.
Kind of like yeah, sorry.
Can I move through them, or do I have to go round? Like I want to.
You can
get
attempt to push past them.
Get to. I want to get to like there.
But I've let monks do acrobatic-y shit before, so I mean, if you want to try and leap over them or something to an empty location, I would let you do that with an acrobatics check.
Can I just try and mix the two together and just do like a sort of running jump and a flying kick towards Snaily McSnail?
Yeah, if you want to jump over Lindel, one of the copies, and try and kick Snail Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me. Lindel's only 2.5 feet off the ground, so not too hard.
Yeah, that's true.
You could like leapfrog it like a fire hydrant.
I'm only 3 feet tall.
No, she'll just like backflip like over her.
Yeah.
13?
Yeah, easy enough. 13, no problem. You backflip over. Now you are face to face with slow Banshee.
Oh
Slow
no.
Banshee. And then
its face is just rotting off of this like incorporeal skull.
Just gonna kick it in the face.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll to attack.
14?
14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage as you strike through with your first punch right to the neck, and it just kind of through the neck. But you feel there's a little bit of ectoplasm on your knuckles.
9.
9 points of damage. Awesome.
And then I'm gonna flick around my other foot and kick him with the other foot.
All right, so you wind up and going over the top of Lindel's head, do a complete roundhouse kick, arcing up at the last minute to hit the face. Go ahead and roll to attack.
15.
15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Now your boot has a little bit of ectoplasm dripping off the ankle.
8.
8 points. Very nice. So pop.
And then I will use a key. Ooh. Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and move you up into the square.
Okay. I will use my flurry blows.
All right, flurry of blows. Go ahead and roll to attack. Now, your punches and kicks are considered magical now, right? I think they have been for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like 7th or 8th level, you get magical punches.
I had my character sheet went down for a moment.
Right.
Please bear with me.
That's okay.
Loading. I just refreshed.
Safkaen. By the way, you are on deck.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
okay, flurry blows.
Monk feature. Yeah, flurry of blows. Go ahead, pop. So 2 attacks.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah. Very nice. So your first critical hit, you go right through the center of its form, and it flickers. Go ahead and roll your damage for that first hit, and double whatever's on the face.
Yeah.
So on my thing, it's just lumped the damage together in one roll. Let me take a picture.
So whatever your flurry of blows attack is, it should just be
Let me show you.
Flurry of blows here. You just do the 1d6 plus 4 and then double it.
But
Or is there a way to do it on your character sheet?
So that's what it says automatically on my thing.
Oh, yeah, here. You right-click and go to critical hit.
Oh, because I crit. Duh.
Right, yeah, so right-click on the dice roll and go to critical hit and select.
I got it like,
and then it'll calculate it.
I'm being stupid. I got a 14.
14 points of damage. Very nice. Let's see here.
That's so clever that it does that. Clearly, I don't get a lot of crits. I didn't notice that before.
So, what was it? One more time. 14?
Yeah.
14. Got it.
And then I got one more punch.
One more punch. Pop.
Let's hit. Oh. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. You know what? How do you want to do this? It's at 1 hit point.
I'm just gonna reach up and just like, with my hand, just like smear some of my blood onto my hand and then just go, Pah!
All right. Very nice. So in an intimidating act, you smear the blood across your face and you give it an evil grin, and poof, right through the top of it, you cut its ethereal form in half with your fist on that uppercut, and it just shrieks out one last and just bursts into a puff of smoke on either side. A pile of ectoplasm just kind of rains down and slops onto the ground.
Ectoplasm, ectoplasm isn't poisonous, but it doesn't matter because even if it is poisonous, it doesn't affect me.
That's right.
But she's just gonna sort of...
Quick, get a sample.
Right. So you've moved your complete movement and all your actions. So that's your turn. It's going to be on to you.
Okay. You is very squishy and easy to hit, so she's gonna move. 5. I want to go try and hide. I can't grab her. There we go. Well, I'm gonna move to where they're not just near me.
I would say right here is probably the closest place to wedge yourself in. You could probably get about at least half cover, maybe 3/4 cover there from the Banshee up here. This Banshee still has line of sight.
Because even though we leveled up, I'm still really easy to kill. Compared to y'all.
That might be a good thing for all of you, actually. Go into your character sheets, into the editor, and go to your class. And if you click on like modify HP, I think is what it's called. It tells you what your average and maximum HP can be at your current level.
Yeah.
If yours is way below the average, you probably forgot to add hit points as you were leveling. So you might want to check that.
Wait,
I
okay.
noticed one of my characters, I had not been adding HP every time I leveled them.
Well, Yu's definitely below average. She is so weak. Anyway, so I'm gonna just go over there and be squishy, and then
Where it says
I
manage.
mean, you guys are all so good. Oh shoot, my character page went down too.
What's that, Kit?
Loading.
I was just gonna say, my total possible HP is 100. My max right now is 80. So that sounds about right.
That's fine. Yeah. Does it say total average HP?
Average HP 68. So yeah, I'm
80 is really good.
Oh wow,
then.
you're way above average.
That means you
Yeah.
That's why I like doing that instead of taking the average. I think taking the average is cheating yourself out of a lot of hit points if you roll.
Yeah.
Well. But we
My
re-roll
total
ones anyway.
HP is 110. What the hell? But my average is
What's
78.
your average though?
The average is 78. I've got 83, so I'm.
So you're right on target. Yeah.
110,
Yeah.
You're only slightly higher than Xavier, who's a warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's right up in the action too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Yu's gonna throw her back against the rock, and then I think you guys are doing a great job beating stuff up. So I'm actually gonna cast Locate Creature and look for a genie within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
A djinn? Whatever I think. He's a djinn, right? We don't say genie in D&D. I'm not sure.
Djinn is a race. Genie is a singular entity.
Yeah. So we're gonna look for Foreteller within this sunken city while my friends are trying to beat up some undead.
All right.
Because that way, if he's not here, we can just run away.
Yeah. Okay. So you tuck yourself back into the rock and you start to cast your locate object spell. When it comes up,
locate creature. I'm gonna
sorry.
do.
Locate creature. Got it.
Yeah, because I don't want to find like 20 hookahs. That's it's just like.
Well, you might
there's
find
only
20
one
genies.
genie.
You never know. Could be 20 genies hiding out on Liberty. All right. Let's see here. No, you don't. There's nothing in the area that pings off of the locate creature spell.
Okay, good to know. Okay, then I'm just gonna be
You roll an
standing
intelligence check real quick.
I'm intelligent.
Just straight intelligence.
Oh well, 17 and then plus 8. 25.
Wait, your intelligence is +8?
Oh no, that's my saving throw. My intelligence
Up
is
top there.
+4.
+4. Okay.
21.
So 21. Yeah, you would know this. You're thinking about this hookah, and you're thinking about this spell, this chest spell. And you're thinking about it, and then you look over and you see, I think Xavier, who has the bag of holding over his back as he's fighting these creatures, throwing witch bolts.
Slung around his side. Yeah.
And you remember, wait a minute, bags of holding are like pocket dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
So if the hookah is in a bag of holding, it won't ping. You mean? Is that what you're telling me?
Right. Okay, so that is Yu's turn. Unless do you want to move, or are you gonna stay put?
No, I'll stay right there.
So then we're back to top of the round. I need everybody to roll. Let's see.
Wait, don't I get to go?
No.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Like initiative 20 or like
you did your
top
witch
the
bolt.
road?
You did your witch bolt last one.
Yeah, I thought we were on round 2.
No, that was round
No.
1.
Wow.
Welcome
Okay.
to combat, everyone. It's been a while.
All right, sorry.
30 minutes later, round 2. Okay, let's see. So, let me see if everybody has to do this.
So just quickly, so on Mondays I play in another group, and we play second edition, which is like bizarre and weird. I'm not used to it. But we got into a fight.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for the DM to be like, roll initiative, and nothing happened. And then everyone else was like, I run this way, I do this, and I'm just like, huh? Like,
I might make you guys do that sometime.
Second edition, you know what THACO is.
So little DM
kind of.
behind the scenes on that. If I don't have a map like you guys are using right now, then it's theater of the mind. I don't roll initiative. I don't do an initiative. I would just have you guys fight and run around, and I would describe it. It's really hard for Seda though, because she's a phantasmic, so she cannot see any of that in her head.
She's a ghost.
Yes.
So because she can't see any of that in her head, I almost never do it. You guys almost always have a battle map. But that is a DM trick to get through a quick combat so that you don't have to do turn orders. And if somebody's not paying attention, then they just don't take a turn, you know? So you can get through, like, if there's a bear blocking the path, you can get through it quickly without having to grid it out.
Snorlax.
So I don't do that for you guys, mostly just so that everybody can see what's happening and figure.
Right.
Because I'm disabled in the mind.
But you're much better at remembering other things than most of us who are all on our clouds. Okay, so everybody except Xavier needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please, at this time. As the confused banshee in the back lets out its wail, and you start to hear the dying voices of mothers mourning their lost children.
Oh god, that's
And
horrible.
it's not a spell.
It is not a spell.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Got a 16.
You're okay? 16, you're fine?
15.
15, you're fine?
7.
Drops to the ground, unconscious.
Well, I'm glad I'm over by this rock.
0 HP and bleeding out.
No!
Oh wait, but I have a thing.
Okay, look it up. Look it up. Who's next? Oh, Xavier, you didn't have to. You look at everybody kind of writhing in pain as there's blood like leaking out all of their orifices, and you're like, what's wrong with everybody? It sounds like music to your ears.
Huh.
Okay, so let's see.
We take damage for that? We did last
Yes, you
time.
do. 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay. Well, I guess before we move on, because I know my thing, I have my scarab, and if I fail a throw against a necromancy spell or a harmful effect originating from an undead creature, I can use a charge and turn a fail into a success.
Okay, so you turn fail into a success using your success.
Yay! Not using it.
And I track those charges, so.
All right, so you use the charge of your scarab, you're fine. Xavier's fine. Everybody else, you take 10 points of psychic damage. As again, your orifices all start to bleed as you writhe in pain from the cries of this banshee.
Wow, this is the first charge I've ever used on this.
Safkaen's just gonna cough off a load of blood.
So now, top of the round, it is Lindel's turn, and Genevieve's on deck. What would you like to do?
So Lindel is going to have like a twitch as she looks at you.
Oh, Lindel,
okay.
You're concentrating, right?
Nope.
This isn't a concentration spell?
Nope.
Okay. You use the scarab, so we're fine there. Are you concentrating on anything, Genevieve? What's the skull for?
The skull is for frightened.
Frightened. You're still frightened. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Lindel.
So you guys, Lindel has a twitch over her shoulder as she watches you go down, and she starts to prepare healing magic as she sees him come back up.
Planks and then planks straight back up, like a vampire raising from its coffin.
Yeah,
Stands straight back up.
And she's just like, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
But she's okay with that, so matters.
I am fine.
So, So here's what happens, and this is going to be a bit of flavor. So bear with me. Lindel is going to grab her duplicate's hand, and using her bonus action and some of her movement, she's going to move with her duplicate. Oh, it doesn't actually lock to the squares, does it?
No, it's a funky wonky map size because it's in isometric, so the grid doesn't really work.
Sure,
So
well,
you were here, so 5
yeah.
brings you right behind it.
Sure. So she'll grasp onto her her duplicate's hand, and they'll kind of both like mirror images grab onto their holy symbols, and as they move through the right square, they'll turn and face each other and grasp hands and lean forward and touch foreheads, and you see a spectral, totally illusionary pair of fairy wings sprout from the back of both Lindel and the duplicate as you see them muttering under the breath, and then you just hear the sound that's this voice that says, "Destroy undead," and there's a burst of green radiant energy as the fairy wings flap, and in a 30-foot radius, any undead have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I just say, I think it would be so funny if like it's like Lindel like cute, and they're like hold hands, it's cute, and they're like cute and rainbow, and then there's destroy undead.
Yeah, their eyes roll back in their head. It's a bright light.
You know.
I was actually thinking for flavor, was there maybe a southern accent to that yelling of the spell name?
Maybe, sure, I don't know.
Like some people might say Eldritch Blast in a very unique way.
Oh, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Was there a special way you wanted to say that, or is the eyes rolling back in your head?
It's just
maybe
like
speaking the spell backwards.
It's just exactly like her holy symbol. It looks like from the profile 2 fairies holding hands and touching foreheads, and even though it looks like she's whispering, it's a loud echoing voice,
like a Care Bear stare kind of thing.
Almost, yeah, Care Bear stare kind of, but it's almost like maybe like it's like Malleus or the Spriggans saying it instead of her kind of thing.
Then that is what you hear. Everyone else just hears the chirping of birds.
Oh,
like a large flock of chirping birds, all feeding from a cornfield, and they're all taking off at the same time.
Very specific. I don't know what that reference is. Cornfield.
She's from London, David.
Cornfields. So there's these fields, and they plant seeds in them, and then they grow into plants like corn. Corn is a plant. That's where that comes from.
That's what I'm imagining right now.
It grows on an ear. It's not a human ear. It's it's called an ear.
Instead of pigeons, imagine Japanese crows, but a million of them.
But singing instead of pawing, I don't know. It's kind of hard to.
We'll find a YouTube clip later.
To Safkaen, it sounds like some seagulls.
So wisdom saving throws for all the banshees, please.
All right.
Or I guess the 2 remaining.
Wisdom save. The 2 that remain. First, the one in the back. That is a wisdom save. 14.
Yeah.
Sorry, fail?
Fail.
Okay, and then the one right in front, natural 1. So both of them fail.
Okay, here's the important question though. Are they CR1 or less?
Oh, CR1 or less? No.
Oh, okay. So they're not destroyed. They're just turned. So as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer centering the undead. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A creature turned must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
It also can't take any.
For the one in front, because the one in front immediately bursts into sparkles of light that rain down into little ectoplasm dust that disappears into the ground below. It was at 1 hit point. I think that's enough.
Oh, fair. Okay.
So your fairy-shaped blast from between you and the duplicate as you grasp hands and chant just shoots out in a beam of light that just bursts it into nothing, into dust. And the one behind begins to turn and wail as it escapes the shockwave blast.
So it just dashes away for 1 minute unless it takes damage.
Okay, on its turn it will begin to move. So there is one little pile of ectoplasm and then a banshee that is turned. Would you like to move?
That was my action, and my bonus action is moving my duplicate. So they'll just like a very like denouement. They'll just like keep holding hands as like the wings kind of fade and the sparkles kind of fade as well, and they'll just like hold hands and just stand beside each other.
Okay, next up is Genevieve. What would you like to do?
Can you describe what that banshee looks like a little bit for me, if you don't mind?
I can't because you're averting your eyes. You are afraid of it.
No, but that's why it's important.
Oh, it is kind of a white spectral being. Pretty much what you see on the screen there is what it looks like. Except for the
human, elven, orc?
rotting face.
Does it look human, elvish, orcish, dwarvish, anything along those lines, though? Or?
Roll and...
Because I would have seen the other ones up close. That's why I'm just wondering. It's just for flavor. It's not going to change anything. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, if it's not a rules-related thing, we'll say that this one was once probably a half-elf.
Okay. So Genevieve is currently clutching the sides of her face and lets out a terrified scream. Mm-hmm. And I cast Thunderstep on myself.
Yep.
And try to jump way the fuck back here.
Oh, wait. Let me zoom out. Way back there. Okay. Yeah. You can do that. So you cast Thunderstep.
I do.
Get to your character sheet.
So unfortunately, Xavier, I'm sorry.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're gonna take some damage, but...
Wait, what?
Genevieve is terrified, and she casts Thunderstep to get away as fast as possible.
What?
That's why I wondered what it looked like, because I would have changed what I would have used to run away. And since there's some elf in there, I'm freaking the fuck out.
You know what? I know that the save is made at the end of your turn. Just roll the save now, because I don't know if you would be afraid enough to harm a friend. Unless you were completely out of your wits. If you're completely out of your wits, yes.
I'm thinking, just think backstory a little bit, that this might...
So go ahead
make
and
her
roll,
freak the fuck out.
Roll that wisdom saving throw for me, but it's with disadvantage.
Maybe she got some braveness from the halfling turn undead.
Saving throw, it is. Let's do 15.
15. We'll say that you're not frightened enough to make the decision to harm a friend to get away, but you will run as fast as you can.
Then I'm Misty Stepping instead. It's going to Misty Step.
Okay, so you Misty Step. Is it 30 feet?
Yep, so I'm going to Misty Step and then I'm going to run.
10,
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
right
then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 more to hide back here.
All right. Yeah, you run into that rickety building and out through the other side. You're kind of standing on the threshold of this dilapidated house structure.
Perfect.
Sorry,
Xavier,
you just watch it run by. Yu's holding her scarab, just kind of watches as Genevieve just kind of misty steps and runs away. So then at the end of your turn, Genevieve, you're no longer frightened.
Oh, sweet. Yay.
Because you saved. You saved from the fear. Okay, so that is your turn. On to Xavier and then the Banshee.
So because the Banshee was destroyed, it ended my spell. So the lightning bolt vanished, and he's free to act, I think. So I go 5, 10,
Eldritch Blast.
15, should put me in range 120 feet. I'm gonna throw some Eldritch Blast.
Oh, you could stay there. You're within range, just standing where you were.
Well, if it gets close, I'm gonna go at it with my sword. So
okay, you can see it is starting to turn around to flee, because it is currently turned by Lindel's spell.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Things are apparently way too dangerous. So what do I have a plus to hit?
I gotta
+7.
feed Hermione. She's
Okay.
crying.
I got a 19 and a 15.
19 and a 15 both hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the first blast. As a foaming green energy shoots from Xavier and blasts through.
Green blast, yeah. 13 points of damage for the first one. And then
Alright.
8, 9, 10, 11 for the next one.
Very nice. As you blast through it, it flickers a little bit, wailing, but still its back turned, trying to escape.
Drat. Phooey. That's all I got.
All right. So that is Xavier's turn. On to the Banshee, who is fleeing. Is there any kind of save from the turn? I just move away for a minute.
I think it's at the. I put it in the chat. For 30 feet, can use it first action. Nope, there's no save against it. Once it's turned for 1 minute, it's turned for 1 minute until it takes damage.
It doesn't say frightened, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's good, because that wouldn't make any sense.
Did it take damage from Xavier's blasts?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, then it's no longer turned. It says until it takes any damage.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, when you fire off your Eldritch Blast at it, it turns back around angry at Xavier, and it's going to swoop down, and I need Xavier... Yeah, you're not immune from this one. I need you to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Everybody else, I think...
18, 19, 20! Woo! It's a dirty 20, though.
Dirty 20, you save. Lindel and Safkaen, I don't think you guys are immune to this one either. It's Horrifying Visage, just the one that died. So when it swoops down next to Xavier, I need you to roll this Wisdom saving throw as well.
Okay. Whew, 18. 18,
you're fine. You're still on your feet. And Lindel?
27.
27, no problem. You're not scared of this ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah, no ghost.
All right, so Xavier.
Yes. That's me.
The Banshee reaches out with its wispy tendrils of a hand and reaches straight into your chest, clutching something deep within yourself. As you feel the breath start to leave you and it starts to breathe in. That is 18 on the die. Does that hit?
Oh, to hit me?
Yep.
Does my armor and everything count?
What's your AC?
AC 20.
AC 20. It does not. As it tries to reach in, something about you, you're too difficult to grasp onto your life force. It just pushes straight out, and confused, it kind of recoils its hand. I think that's all it can do.
It's like, what do I do now?
It's going to... Yeah, it's just going to stay put. So next up is Safkaen.
Well then.
Safkaen will... Yeah, she's just gonna run in and punch it.
All right. Yeah, you got about like 10 to 15 feet to run, and so you get into a running leap and decide to just kind of pile through it with your
kick it in the face.
Knee to the head kind of thing.
It's like, uppercut!
All right, roll to attack.
12?
12 is its armor class, so unfortunately that does not hit.
That's okay. Swing with my other fist.
All right, so you try to knee through the head, and it just kind of drifts back a little bit, leaving you on your feet. And you're like, God damn it! And you swing with a fist. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Dirty 20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. You sock it right through your face. Now your other knuckles are covered in slime.
5.
5 points of damage. All right.
And then can I use my key point to do a flurry of blows?
You may. Pop, pop. Go ahead
Pop,
and
pop.
first attack.
27.
No problem. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Woohoo!
She's just gonna like hop up and like wrap her legs around its neck and just try and
Yeah, you don't get as much
Nothing
traction
like
as you
that.
normally would with a corporeal body, and your head swings very close to the ground on your downswing, but you do manage to catch enough of its form to leap back up, twist the neck, and it just rains down into a pile of ectoplasm, and your feet crunch back onto the frozen soil. You guys are now no longer in combat.
Safkaen's just gonna sort of tutter a bit and then flop down, just looking utterly exhausted. And she's still bleeding. She's just like,
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
and I
I'm gonna-
catch her
You's
breath.
gonna head towards Jen.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna run over towards Jen.
Hang on a second. Where is my spells? Okay, I cast Cure Light Wounds or Cure Wounds. Be +2.
I'm
On
just
who?
standing in that house crying.
6. Yeah, on Safkaen.
Okay, Safkaen, you take 6 points of healing as Xavier comes over and
Yep.
yep.
He kind of
Yeah.
puts his hands together, and you see kind of this dark green energy like pulsing, and like it's very threatening as he comes down and touches your wounds.
She's too exhausted to even send me. She'll just be like,
You cast awkwardly patting Jen on the back.
Most awkward team ever.
Yeah, Jen, you're like so mad that you ran away from the fight.
oh,
I'm gonna pull out the most embroidered handkerchief you've ever seen. There's really no way to use it as a handkerchief because it's so covered in embroidery, but I'll give it to you.
Wow, the stitchwork is gorgeous.
Thanks.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
You
good.
know, made in Auburg.
Wow.
TM.
Lindel duplicates will go tap Safkaen on each shoulder for another cure wounds. You heal another 6.
Nice.
Thanks,
Okay,
you.
well,
Let's
like-
go back.
Slightly.
Okay.
Is everyone okay? Everyone's alive?
How much do you heal me?
I don't have that much magic left.
No, Safkaen's not asking how much do you heal. That's just me.
Yeah.
How much?
Oh, sorry. I heal you for 6.
6. Thank
Guys,
you.
I had a bit of epiphany while you were punching those things. An epiphany. I'm not so sure if it's going to be very successful trying to find our genie using magic.
Why not?
Well, I cast locate object, creature, just trying to see if I could find our genie real fast while you guys were kicking and punching and throwing spells. And I realized that he's probably not in this dimension at all. I mean, I wouldn't keep him in this dimension.
Well,
He's in a bag of
that mean-
holding, or
I mean, because if the hookah is kind of like a bag of holding, then if he's inside the hookah, then he's inside another dimensional plane or something.
Yeah, because we don't really know how this little mini chest works. Let's keep shaking this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, are we not sure
Right.
that maybe the hookah's in that little chest, even though we don't know how to open it?
Oh no, this chest opens
Oh,
physically, right?
But we think it's
found stuff in
connected
this
to. We did. We found
Yeah,
like
I
a
think it could
potion
be
or something.
connected
here.
to a bigger, more magical chest in another dimension, perhaps.
oh,
Mhm.
Yeah,
but we don't have the
But-
spell for it, right?
right. But anyway, he's not here. Do we still want to look around this place?
Well, you said you wanted to find what was causing the smoke, right?
Oh, right. Something lives here, right?
That's why
Something killed
the whole
Krampus.
smoke came down
Back on
to you
track.
was to investigate your smoke.
That's right.
How does something live here though when there are banshees around? That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe,
Maybe
they're not
something
scared of them.
the banshees or something that can control them.
Maybe
Yeah,
first
I
things
can
first,
control
let's find a
undead
safe house and just kind of hold up and just patch up our wounds. Safkaen could use some good bandaging.
Mm.
There's plenty of houses here.
What do you- Let's find one that doesn't leak as much as the others. lot of roof damage. Hey, when on our way here, this is a DM question.
Oh, yeah.
We passed a graveyard, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How far back was that?
About a half hour.
Oh, dang, it's so far.
No
Okay.
ways. Wait.
Are there any
I'm gonna wander up to Xavier and just hold her hand up and be like, vial.
Oh, I'm gonna hand her a vial. Thank you.
And she'll just sort of look at her various like wounds and cuts and just sort of vial.
As she
There you
does
are.
that, can I bend down and try to scoop up some of the ectoplasm?
Yes, you may. So let's see. Safkaen, there's enough blood pouring from your wound still. That's fresh enough that you can get, I'd say, one sample of Triton blood,
One sample of Triton blood.
and then roll an
Okay.
investigation check for me.
Waste not, want not.
And me roll an investigation check?
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, crap. I got a nat 1.
It is weird, but they were just there. There were piles of this stuff. It was even on Safkaen's clothes. You just cannot find enough to even get one sample together.
Okay, like,
Aw.
like he's a little panicked, and he seems like he's digging in the ground a little. Like, where the hell?
Does anyone want to help him?
I'll
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
natural 20.
You find one sample
You
of
it was
ectoplasm.
just here.
Right,
Where
yeah.
did it go?
Here, Xavier, here.
All right.
There
So
was
you have-
so much goo.
Please add one sample of Triton blood and one sample of ectoplasm to your
I'll give it to
inventory.
Xavier.
As Safkaen finishes up scooping up some blood, I'm just gonna kind of walk over towards her and hum a little bit in her ear to cast a second level healing.
And you're like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you having to my ear? Stop. No. Can you let me do that?
All right, 3d4 plus
Yeah,
4.
she's.
Ooh, Jen, it would be really nice. What if we took a little like short rest and you played us some music while we were resting?
12, by the way, Jenny. You just got
Okay.
12 points of healing.
So Safkaen gets 12 points of healing as the healing words from Genevieve begin to close up. Even though
Aw.
your wounds are mostly internal, the ringing in your ears stops, the kind of metallic taste in your mouth goes away.
We could, but
is
we
that-
need,
I'm gonna.
we do need to get back.
Yu's gonna, to speed this process, Yu's gonna look around and she's gonna cast locate object, but on tombstones. She's just trying to find if there's any family plots or anything nearby. Within
We know
1,000 feet.
exactly where the graveyard is, right?
It's half an hour
Hang on a
back.
second.
Surely there's some dead bodies around here.
Why did
Or
you
locate
do
object. No,
these?
just locate object on bones. Just on bones.
Bones.
Humanoid bones.
Oh,
Just anything nearby.
they're
If
not
there's any.
humanoid, then you'll get the ones that are in Xavier's pocket.
Yeah.
Can Safkaen turn to Jen? Sorry, turn to Jen. And just sort
DM,
of.
do you want to?
You
Oh.
do.
You wanna know what I'm trying to
sense
do?
bones. You sense a disproportionate amount of bones nearby
Oh, I love that.
than most places. They're kind of
Nice.
sprinkled throughout. It's almost like stars in the sky. It's very like I could go anywhere I want.
Well, if they're going to take a short rest, I want to walk around and find the bones from at least 5 different humanoids.
Okay.
Just do a little
I'll say
bone
the
collecting.
closest 5 that aren't in the like village proper of this sunken city dilapidated mess.
I mean, they can be in there, but
okay.
go on. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
They're within the forest, maybe 500 or so feet within the forest.
Okay.
Probably some old homesteads or something. They're sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, she wants to collect them together, cast Dance Macabre, and raise 5 skeletons, and then with the command, send the skeletons into this dilapidated town, looking for any sort of chests.
Okay, so this would probably take you about an hour to accomplish.
Yeah, if they're going to take a short rest, then you just won't take a short rest, and she's going to bring out the little mini chests and show her 5 skeletons.
Well, depending on the
say,
skeletons, I'll tell you what.
Find any chests.
Roll
have them
me
bring us
an
any chests to
investigation check for finding these bones and digging them up.
Okay, so you're gonna let me to find the bones. I'm gonna say, have I cast Dance Macabre yet?
Because you did locate objects, so you know they're around.
18 plus 8, so 26 to find bones.
Yeah, within an hour, easy enough. You can find 5 working humanoid skeletons to raise dead on.
Okay.
And bring them back to the
So
camp
I'll
and
cast
start casting your Dance Macabre.
Okay, Dance Macabre. It's just one single action. It's not a long one. So that's 5th level.
Oh, it's not a ritual
and
cast.
I can bring 5.
Okay.
No, it's not a ritual cast. I can bring 5 humanoids.
Okay. Yeah, towards the end of you guys' short rest, we'll say that there are 5 kind of swaying skeletons.
During the short rest too, I've been singing to everybody a song of rest just to help out a little. Just sing.
Song
So what does that do again?
Yeah, what does that do?
You get a D8 of healing.
Nice. So
Ooh,
everybody
yay.
except for you would get this.
I
D8.
don't, and I don't get it either.
Oh,
me too. No, I do get it. Ooh.
Okay, everybody except for you will get this.
Okay, so I can give my buddies. They all have to have the same command. So that's what I'm commanding them to find, or I guess investigate. What's the action? Find object. Find, and show them the little mini chests. And say we're gonna find.
You're gonna pull
any
out
chest.
the little mini chests to show them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you find the little.
I don't
mini
know if they know what a
chests
chest
from
is.
the bag of holding that Xavier's carrying. You hold it up so they can inspect it and see what you're getting at.
I just want them to bring us any chest they find in any of these old buildings.
And then very creepily,
And then
all
send them
5 of them at once just kind of turn 180 degrees and kind of hunch over with their shoulders up and their arms out and just start clambering forward at immense speed. It is the creepiest thing you've ever seen as these 5 skeletons just kind of scatter like spiders into the docks and disappear. You can hear them clattering around on the wood. And when this happens, I need, let's see, Safkaen, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. And then you don't notice this, but a bolt goes straight through one of your shoulders and out the other end. And blood sprays out the back exit wound. You take...
What? Wait, I just want to have my cute roleplay moment with Jen before everyone gets shot by arrows.
So we completed a short rest, right? We healed up. We completed a short rest, right?
Yeah, you guys did. Yeah.
So before this happens,
so everybody
we'll
has
say,
the bolt
okay,
go
before
through
the
each other.
action starts, is there anything you wanted to do in that hour of that short
Yes.
rest?
Okay.
Aside from anything really big, because now you know this is coming.
Yes, Safkaen is I guess we all like go into like a little hut thing, right? I'm like sit
you're
down.
all you're kind of like in some of the dilapidated rubble. and you're all kind of sitting around. Somebody lights a fire, I guess. I don't know, for warmth.
And I'm playing
Somebody's
some music,
playing music.
obviously.
You goes off into the woods to go hunting for skeletons.
And Safkaen's gonna come and sort of carefully and gently sort of sit herself down quietly next to Jen, and just sort of turn to her, and she's gonna sort of hesitatingly reach out because she's not very good at this, and just sort of very gently put her hand on Jen's knee, and just like very quietly, just so that Jen can hear, just be like, look, I know you might be weirded out by the fact that those banshees scared you off, but I'm just going to tell you something that happened that helped me a lot, that my trainer, Rook, like my military mentor, told me. He once told me, and I'm going to read this off my phone because I found a really cool quote and I want to tell you this really cool quote. This is not me. This is not Jennifer's words, unfortunately. He once told me that fear is a primitive instinct that's your friend. It wants you to pay attention because you're in danger. It tells you to do something, to act, and to save yourself. So don't ever be afraid of feeling fear, because it's just some part of you telling yourself to be safe.
So Jen, I'm singing right now and playing music so that I can heal you, but with your hand on my knee, I'm just gonna lean and like put my head on your shoulder and smile.
Aww.
Come.
Safkaen will briefly return the gesture.
My kittens.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Xavier's
And now you get
got
shot.
You have to lean over quite a bit to reach Safkaen's shoulder.
Small.
Xavier is poking his finger and testing the viscosity, smelling it.
The ectoplasm.
Mask go up and he kind of tastes it. The mask
You're gonna
goes
taste
back.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna taste it, go ahead and roll a. Let's do
Is this
do
the
a
ectoplasm
nature.
or my blood?
Either nature or medicine. I'll let you decide. Either nature or medicine.
Here we
Which
go.
is-
Is this the ectoplasm or my blood? Because if it's my blood, Safkaen's going to look at me.
Oh, right. That's important. Which one?
The ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm. Okay.
So 23.
Oh.
23. Okay. You learn a little bit of the properties of the ectoplasm, and I will tell you that in a minute. In the meantime, is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah. Either during or at the end of the short rest, or at some point, once Lindel is done bandaging up Safkaen and whoever else's wounds.
Yeah. So Lindel can come join the little weird huddle that's
just like putting band-aids on and stuff. She'll be like, there's something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've been thinking a lot about the note that LB left and the scrying that we did, and kind of like all the things that's happened to us the last couple days. And I was thinking, when we were scrying on LB, they were in some sort of cave, and I heard waves. So it was either near the edge of a lake or the edge of water, right? And we know that they have contraband, because that's what the guy said. Edmund, he said that there was contraband that they were hiding. And we know that Mildred was heavily involved in the black market, i.e. contraband. And I know that, I wish you was here, because LB, they had tattoos on their arms, and I wanted to see if it was the same tattoos as you had. Anyways, I was just wondering, I wonder what the chance is that LB is actually the person or the group or whatever that's causing the smoke to rise from over here. And I wonder if they're in a cave somewhere around here.
Very possible.
It'd be awfully convenient.
They probably don't want to be spied on, right? In fact, maybe they thought that Krampus was like a spy from whoever's chasing them.
Right? And I mean, didn't
Krampus out of existence.
Right? I mean, who knows? I mean, there are lots of different familiars, especially if they're familiar with magics. It might be a thing. And especially because, and I really think LB might be important because Jen, like when they had you up in court, those airship designs that they pulled out of your bag, you had no idea where those came from, right? No idea. And those were signed LB at the bottom of those designs. So LB at least made those designs. And in the note, they said that their life's work had been stolen by Teach and could be used to conquer all of Spiralia. Which seems rather important. I'm not sure. And who knows? I mean, if LB is involved in contraband in the black market in Mildred, then maybe LB knows where Mildred would hide any sort of contraband or hidden things like that, right? So maybe they also might know where we could find the hookah as well.
I'm just thinking, Jen, when you got into port, what happened? Was everyone just stolen, taken off your boat, and imprisoned?
No, I got off the boat and walked into town, and they stayed on. I thought they were leaving.
What did you? You said something previously about your captain was going to do some sort of meeting or something.
Genevieve, if you remember, they were going to kind of batten down the hatches once they got to port, and so a couple of people kind of went on their way out to the docks. You were one of them, to go and look for supplies and
help.
Before you were able to get back, that's when you were kind of approached by the guards and then detained and then taken to that prison in the palace, so to speak.
I mean, the main purpose of us coming here at all was to try to get help for Othmal after what happened on that horrible little dwarf island.
What happened exactly?
I don't know entirely. This is the problem, because I was on the ship and I wasn't invited to go in. Some kind of discussion on a trade thing. Othmal, I thought, was getting a big load of something to deliver. And suddenly the crew, part of them, came rushing back without him, and we had to leave right away.
Oh, so he wasn't even on the ship when you guys came into port?
No, that's why we came here, to look for some help, because apparently something had happened to him and we needed help to get him back. But no one's really been clear about anything. And then I was approached in the street here and just scooped away.
Since you've been on Liburny, since you left Forgefall, without Othmal, it's all been very kind of hush-hush and weird. And now that you are through the whole Liburny saga of being captured and imprisoned, you realize that the people that took you in were really only interested in two things: your captain, Othmal, and that map that was in your bag for some reason.
There's a weird connection.
Or not map, it was like a drawing.
The schematics, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think someone knew that you were going to come to Liburny and put that map on you and then deliberately imprisoned you so it would find its way to someone in the somewhere council place?
Or it could be a way to further frame Othmal for more problems. I honestly don't know. I mean, I've helped things before for the crew, but no one told me about this, and I don't know. We don't even know if it was actually on me. They could have planted it through something when I was taken in and put into my stuff. Who knows?
That's a question that I was wondering too, because LB mentions in his letter that Teach stole the thing, and Lafayette mentioned that he didn't want to talk about too much out loud because Teachians could be listening, and this whole thing about Teach wanting to conquer. And are they talking about that regent guy from the council? Do you think he was a regent? Samson Teach, wasn't that his name? The grumpy fella with the beard.
I don't really remember him.
And I mean, what are the chances that he had something to do with the schematics and ending up in your bag?
I mean, it would be possible. It would make sense to be framed, right? And he did want them. He made it very clear he wanted them.
It's like by framing you, it's like the schematics get like hand delivered to him if he is.
If he does want them.
I wish Othmal were here. He'd know what to do.
Hey, didn't you guys be contacting him?
There's interference. It was complicated, and he couldn't talk and like psychic static or
See,
something.
that's
in the air.
that's the other thing that's weird. Didn't when we got a message through you sending Stone, it said Othmol needed help. He was on Panopticon, right?
Right.
Is Panopticon controlled by Teach or created by Teach?
It's on
I
Panopticon.
know nothing about this Teach person, I'm afraid.
All of you guys, except for Xavier and Lindel, have heard of Panopticon before. It's a notorious prison. It's kind of like modern day, if you would think about the cross between like an 1800s insane asylum and like terrible
Alcatraz?
condition torture chamber prison. That's pretty much what it is. And it's like Alcatraz, where it's so far out and so heavily fortified by natural rocks that it's almost impossible to escape.
There's no way to get him out from there.
He is on
I
there.
mean-
It's true.
But I mean, what if Teach is the one who put him there? What was that, Safkaen? You had said something.
Did you scry on Othmol yet?
No, I haven't. I need my font to do the scrying. So I haven't done. I have the spell slot and I've been saving it today, and I do have scrying prepared, but I just have to wait till we get back to the house.
Okay.
But I was thinking if at least before we leave this part of town, if we could figure out where the smoke is coming from, and maybe if someone else has some extra second level magic and can locate object, maybe if we can try to find if LB is around and we can find LB, then they might have some answers to the questions that we've got.
I mean, if anything's sunken or under the water, if you can hear waves, I'm happy to dive down and do some scouting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If I couldn't see waves, but I could hear waves. So I don't know if it's just further down the dock or what. But I mean, if either I can do it, I would hate to use up a 4th level spell slot on locate object. But if maybe you can locate, or Jen, can you locate object today?
She's totally
I
shut
can,
down.
I'm
She's
just not
slightly
there.
catatonic. Sorry. She's
no.
lost in her own thoughts at the moment.
Oh no, Jen.
You can, but
What?
she's
No.
not there.
What did you say? I'm sorry, what?
It's okay. You've had an awful fright. Locate object, the spell. Can you cast it today?
I don't know that spell.
Oh, that's fine. I know you can. We'll get her to cast it. Speaking of you, wait, do you guys hear skeletons?
You don't hear skeletons, but you do see you kind of coming back from the woods about this time. She's dragging part of her dress and a bag that she has, and there's just bones spilling out of them, leaving kind of a trail,
My cloak.
a breadcrumb trail of collarbones and spinal vertebrae. She drags it underneath the pavilion where you guys are.
Think you can hide from me, huh?
She starts setting the bones up and trying to make them into little skeletons. And
Are you making bone
That's like
trees?
piles.
Oh.
This
What's
is
a
why
bone
you've
tree? That
never
sounds
had any
delightful.
friends in her life, because all she does is make little weird skeleton friends.
I thought you were my friend, Safkaen.
I am your friend.
And then I'll just raise 5 skeleton.
yeah, you raise the skeletons
You're not
as
raising your
the
friends, huh?
conversation dies down a little bit. And
Xavier's gonna watch with interest. He's
Helter, Skelter, Lincoln, Blinkin, and Nod. We'll just
Helter Skelter, Lincoln. Got it.
And these now, because of my level up, are all thralls. So they get plus 10 to their HP and they get a plus 4 to hit or to their damage. Yeah.
Ooh.
They are stronger than my last. I've leveled up my creatures.
Yeah, you can see there's a little bit more like sinew and muscle around the bones than normal.
Good.
Do we need magical swords for all of them?
Oh, yeah. Do we have
I think you
weapons for
guys.
them?
We can say your
have-
bag of holding has weapons in it.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm carrying.
Carlton Clarence bought you guys all those uniforms that nobody's wearing.
Yeah, I was gonna
we'd
be
have
like,
swords
put
with us.
those on your little creepy,
skeleton.
and then it would
I'm
have
not
more
skeletons.
better defense or whatever.
Yeah, you can make them look like guards if you want.
Yeah, let's put them on the
Heck yeah.
things. Do that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it raises their
I'm not
AC.
doing it. Someone else can do it. But
I won't touch it.
Ooh,
Nope.
it raises. I mean, I'll dress them. Yeah, sure, I'll dress them up. You'll get them all dressed up.
Xavier would help.
Volunteer to help you dressing the skeletons.
Yeah, I know. Xavier's got my back. So what raises their AC? You said?
Raises each of their ACs by 2.
Ooh, put that on.
Hey, David,
and
I have a DM question.
Sure.
Spider.
Can you ping on the map which house we're hiding in right now?
Oh, I'm theater of the mind right now.
Okay, it doesn't really matter.
No.
About how far are we from the cliff edge is the important question.
From the edge of the forest to the very cliff drop off, from what you can see down the road, it's kind of hard to tell because there's buildings collapsed over the top. But maybe 100 to 120 feet to the edge.
Okay, and we're in one of the houses, right? We're not in the forest. We're in one of the houses in the
There's
town.
like a dilapidated pole barn type structure, but it's not filled in at all. There's no walls. You can just walk right under it, and there's holes in the ceiling.
Okay. While Yu's dressing her her skeletons in the armor, Lindel will like hold a piece and like at a great arm's length pass you a piece, and then go and get a new piece and then pass it to you. She's helping, but like at a distance.
Which is really weird because you're handling the bones themselves, right?
No. She's holding the armor. She's
The armor,
passing
I
you the
see.
armor.
Oh,
to
yeah,
get them.
okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Fitting it on.
Yeah.
The smaller pieces like gauntlets and things.
Yeah.
But the breastplates, you kind of have to drag them over, and then you just kind of leave them and back away.
While she's passing the piece over, she has the same kind of spiel that she just had with Jen and Xavier and Saf about Peach and LB and how they might be connected to like Cat and the Pharaohs. And she saw LB in her scrying, and while she's like working with you, she'll get you to just hold her arm out for a half second, and she wants to see, is the tattoos on Yu's arm the same as the tattoos on LB's arm that she saw?
You can check them. Because I've got wrist tattoos, and they go all the way up.
Just an intelligence check.
She's not very smart.
Just
Can I give myself guidance for this?
Which is odd because you're
say
the one
no.
putting everything together.
I'm gonna say no because this is very specific information.
13.
13. They share some similarities, but they're pretty different.
As far as Lindell is concerned, there are tattoos on an arm and tattoos on an arm. Same thing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if there's any correlation between the designs of the tattoos or the power they hold for you or anything like that.
That's above my
They do
knowledge.
have tattoos in a similar location, and the designs, kinda.
So she'll tell
Mine are
you
very
that her
awkward.
suspicions that LB is maybe I think LB is maybe part of the Pharaohs, and maybe I think there's this problem with Teach that's trying to steal stuff from LB and trying to conquer Spiralia, and I think LB might have the answers, and LB and Kat are friends, and so LB should be one of our friends, I think, and maybe LB, because when I scried on LB, they were doing contraband, and Mildred was involved in the black market, and so it very well might be some kind of port or hidden cave or entrance or something like that around here. So I wonder if LB's group is the people that are causing the smoke, maybe. So I was wondering if possible, if we could either use locate object to try to find LB's fabulous hat, and I can describe the hat in great detail, or perhaps you could use your skeletons to look around and try to find that house that had the smoke coming from it, and just, if we can find that, then we can ask whoever it is if they're related or if they know them at all.
Lindell, real quick, roll a perception check for me. Just straight perception roll.
Sure.
Also, before Safkaen goes to go help lug all
use
the
guidance.
armor over, she's just going to take a little drop out of her water skin and make a little cat and then freeze it and then pass it to Jen. Because Jen
Little crystalline kitty.
just like,
I didn't know you were so skilled, Safkaen. It's beautiful. Thank you.
The game will just sort of nod and sort of scurry off.
As you pet it, it starts to melt a little bit.
No.
Perception, David?
Yes, and you can use guidance for this.
There was a cave on the way in when we rode on the cart on the way in. Did you see it on the cliffside?
The horse you rode in on.
The horse I rode in on.
Yeah, there was a
there's
cave under the castle. That was something also I was wondering, is if maybe that's the cave under the castle that LB is using for the contraband, right? So, I got a 4 on my D4. So that's a 16.
16. You notice, not at first glance, but as you gets further into her animate or dance macabre or animate dead.
It's dance macabre.
As she gets further into the casting of her dance macabre spell, you can see that the tattoo doesn't look like ink on the surface of the skin like it did for the other tattoos. Yours are strange. They almost look like there's ink underneath the skin, but then it moves like smoke or like black blood underneath the dermis of her arm. And then you notice as she gets further into the casting, the tattoos begin to move and the ink kind of rotates almost. And you can see that there are places that mold and change like clouds in the sky.
Ooh, pretty.
And then there's
some people have tattoos. Some people have tattoos, and other people have demon curses.
Right. And when the skeletons start to, form up into humanoid bodies, and she begins to put armor on them, you kind of back away, but then pass her pieces.
Okay, so I've got to really concentrate on keeping these skeletons for the next hour.
Yeah, so I hope nothing's good.
So I can't cast locate object right now, but later.
But first, Xavier, from eating some of the ectoplasm and the roll that you made,
I'm so excited.
So you've never had saliva. It's not a thing that you're used to, like other humanoids. You see some people spit. It's very strange. You've tried to mimic it a couple times with your sap, just like spitting it out of your lack of mouth hole. But this is weird. It billows up and starts to run over the side of where your mouth would be if you were a humanoid, and you're like trying to catch it as something's welling up inside of you, almost like it's a catalyst. And it's making you produce more of your sap.
I like that you is dressing a skeleton, but she thinks that's gross. Like,
and you guys all kind of look
Xavier.
over as Xavier's foaming at the mouth like a rabid animal.
Yeah, you're okay.
Whoa!
He's got his mask up and like over his head at this point, and he's like holding his hands out, and he looks around and goes, "Somebody grab a vial."
So like there's foaming sap saliva coming out of his root face.
Can Safkaen try to use Shape the Flowing River on the sap? Because liquid does it have water in it?
You have to spend a key point, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, to like contain it a bit and stop it from drooling all over Xavier's body.
Yeah, we'll say that the foam, you can kind of keep it from spilling over as it fills up.
This stuff is fantastic.
As like bubbles start to spew out of this weird sap.
Use dry heaving.
She's standing next to maggot-infested, rotting corpses, and she's puking at the stuff coming out of Xavier.
I can't deal with saliva and puke. Ugh.
There's an interesting smell in the little area you guys are in right now.
Oh.
Xavier, get a vial. Someone get a vial, please, so I can put this stuff in it. And
okay, we'll see about this time is when everything happens. So you sends the skeletons off. They turn and clatter away quickly like little ants scurrying. And a bolt shoots straight through you's shoulder from the back, pointing out the front, and a blast of blood just splatters against the floor. She clutches it. Safkaen, I need you to roll a dex save for me.
What? Okay, but what's the damage? I gotta see if I hold concentration.
This is simultaneous, so hang on.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hope my little buddies get to keep going.
What's that? Sorry.
If I'm standing next to you, can I use my my deflect missiles to catch the thing, or is
That's
it
what this
only-
dex save is for.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
girl, catch it.
21.
You're attacking all of us? What's it attacking us?
Okay, so what was your dex save?
21.
21 is just enough. You turn just as you see as you see one bolt of a crossbow coming toward you, straight towards your chest, and it's going to hit you right above the clavicle unless you grab it. Do you want to deflect missiles?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So
No!
this, you can spend your key point to do deflect missiles. It's a damage reduction, so you can grab it,
It's not
but
a-
it might
it's not a
still drive
key point
into
thing.
you depending
It's,
on what you roll.
Oh no, I can.
So you have to try and reduce the damage as you snatch it.
Okay. So if I can spend a key point to use it as an attack. If
Well,
I
not
just
yet.
catch
You have to catch it first, and it is coming
I
at you,
don't
and
need
it
to
is
use my
going to
key
hit
points
you.
I don't need to use my key points to catch the missile.
It's just a free thing that monks get to do because they're cool.
This was a sneak attack, which is why I had you roll the dex save, and the dex save was to see if you could see it coming in order to snatch it. It is going to hit you. It's just whether or not you want to try and grab it or not.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and grab it.
Okay, so
Can I see how much
you're
damage I can reduce it by?
Yeah, you're going to see how much damage you can reduce it by. So 1d10 plus 13.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a d10, add 13, and take off one of your key points.
16.
Hang on a second.
So it doesn't cost a key point just to deflect the missile.
No, but if I want to throw it back.
If you want to, if you want to throw it back where it came from.
Yeah.
All right.
But only if
If
I
something
reduce the
is
damage.
sneaking, can you throw it back at it? Because you haven't seen it, right? That's just a question for the world.
Right, and that's why we're kind of nuancing a little bit, because normally for a normal person, this would have hit them. They wouldn't have seen it coming. But because you are a monk and because you have a decent passive perception, I'm giving you this option. All right.
I've been shot. Oh, I can go ahead and.
So the
roll
damage is
probably for
reduced to
my-
0. You managed to reduce it to 0. And now you have... Yours is an actual arrow, whereas the one in you's shoulder is a crossbow bolt.
Oh, they're
And-
different.
Yeah, and you...
Oh, shit.
You take 11 points of piercing damage.
So for con, it's half the damage taken or DC 10. So do I take the higher one? So I have to roll a 10? Okay.
Wait, sorry.
An 11!
What are you doing? I'm sorry.
I have to roll to see if I maintain concentration.
Yes. Okay.
because
Yeah.
Dance
You maintain
Macabre-
concentration on the
And
dance.
I did.
Right.
I did maintain.
All right, everyone.
Barely.
The bolt, when it blasts through the front of you and she clutches it, you look down and the tip of it is kind of a smoldering red color, and you all start to hear a.
Is it burning me? Is it burning me? Do I need to?
It's not
pull it
burning
out?
you, but it sounds like a wick.
Load.
Oh shit!
Lindel runs and gets cover. Running and gets cover. Running and get cover. Running and get cover.
Roll initiative.
Shit!
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Go away.
Do I get to rip it out? Do I get to rip it out, David?
This is what the initiative is for.
What? How do they get to decide who rips it out?
You're concentrating on a spell. You've just been shot. You're in shock.
Shit.
You've managed
Okay,
to
fine.
concentrate enough to hold your dance macabre, but now let's see who gets to act.
18 on my initiatives. Take that.
I got a nat 20, so 23. Woo!
Yay!
Me.
23 for Genevieve. What was it for you?
22.
For me, 18.
18 for you, and then Safkaen was 22.
Yeah.
I go at the same time as Safkaen. I go 22.
22. You guys are rolling crazy initiative. And Lindel?
Everybody wants to save me.
And I fixed it already.
What's that?
10. I fixed it. It's,
Oh,
it's
10.
in there.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. You guys should be able to manage your own.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's fine. Next time I'll put my own in.
Decent. Bean cheese is gone. Xavier, you got what you could off of the banshees, so I'm going to remove them from the map.
Okay.
And then for the purposes of this, we can say you guys are kind of over here in this post in. Shabam. Put you guys about right there.
What was the damage? Did you say it was 16 on the initial hit?
On the initial hit, I didn't say. It was 11. 11 points of piercing.
Oh,
damage.
11. Okay, I need to put that in.
Yep.
Damage. Okay.
All right. Very good. So first up is Genevieve, and Xavier's on deck. So Genevieve, you hear the tss. Genevieve? Genevieve stares in shock. Jen turns around and bolts the other direction, just runs away.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, it's you! And cast Warding Wind on myself. So I'm gonna...
on yourself. Oh no.
Warding Wind. What does Warding Wind do?
It creates a cyclone around me. Looks pretty awesome.
Warding Wind. Is it a feature?
No, it's a second level spell.
Second level spell.
Is it second? Yeah, Warding Wind. So a strong wind of 20 miles per hour blows around me in a 10-foot radius and moves with me while it's centered on me. And the spell lasts while I'm concentrating up to 10 minutes. It deafens me, though, and other creatures in the area, so we can't hear anything.
Everybody's deaf.
But it extinguishes unprotected flames that are torch-sized or smaller, which is key here. So I'm not just protecting myself, people. Thank you.
Area's difficult terrain.
Better than that, or me casting gust of wind just blowing you away. Just,
the last feature is very important too. The attack rolls of ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage if the attack passes in or out of the wind.
Also, why I want
very good. All right, so you cast your cyclone, and it begins to whirl around you at 20 miles per hour within a 10-foot radius. So that's pretty much the entire building as it starts ripping the banisters out from underneath the roof, and they start to swirl around you guys. The roof is falling on top of you.
Sorry.
Did you say something about inspiring you or something like that?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't that thoughtful.
That ship sailed, I believe. Would you like to move?
You should have blown out the wick, though, right?
Well, technically, you can inspire them as long as they can see you. They don't have to hear you. As long as they can see you, you can still inspire them with your bonus action.
Yeah, and I don't think for the first thing she would think about, though.
As you is clutching the bolt that is slowly, wicking away, the wind blows it right out.
Yeah.
But now the ceiling is collapsing and there are beams swirling around you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna start to run outside the just outside the doors. That way.
You're gonna move out?
Yeah.
Okay. Genevieve moves out, pulling with her the cyclone that pulls all of the beams out from under the roof, and the roof now collapses on top of the rest of you. I would like everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Balls.
As you is like right next to me, can I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but can I cover her?
Yeah, you can jump and cover you. Safkaen tackles you to the ground.
I got a 26.
And covers her. Yeah, easy enough. You're able to do that. So I will say that you have 3/4 cover. It'll reduce the damage a little bit. But Safkaen, you do not get to make your save. You'll take full damage. So I also need Lindel and Xavier.
21.
14 and a 21. So Lindel fails, Xavier succeeds. So Safkaen and Lindel will take full damage. you will take a small amount, and Safkaen will take the full amount.
Okay, say that.
Theta, we can't hear you. I'm confused about where we are. I got shot in the shoulder while standing inside.
Yeah,
we were outside,
it's all
right?
holy,
but there's
it's
no
holy
walls.
and stuff.
There's
Yeah, it's
holes
like,
in the ceiling and then the walls. You guys you can see outside of you, but
it's like
That's a
lattice,
good
right?
shot.
Yeah.
So they shot in through like a hole in the ceiling.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
Well, if you're an assassin, then
and there are lots of
obviously been sent to kill us.
there are lots of things for ranged weapons that negate the
Cover.
the downside to cover. I think that Xavier, you might have it as a work cast, or is it spell sniper? I think it's spell sniper that
I think
allows
it's
you to do
spell sniper. Yeah.
that. Right. And then there's a
My
similar
wing
one
has
for
a-
fighters and warriors.
Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff
Yeah.
to negate that. Yeah.
negate the cover. Okay, so everyone takes let's see, not everyone. This will be Safkaen and Genevieve. No, not Genevieve. Lindel take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the ceiling collapses on top of you.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
You is going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then Xavier, you saved, right?
Mhm.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as well.
Oh, how do I do this again? 4 and then I hit damage.
Yeah, you just up the damage and then apply it, I think. Something like that.
Okay.
I haven't taken
I
damage in a
rolled-
while. I haven't taken damage, yeah.
It's been a while.
Your
It's
arm
been a
lost
while.
I rolled-
20.
Just so the DM knows, I just rolled a 12 and I maintain concentrations. Take that.
Excellent, very good. Yes. So is it nobody else is concentrating at the moment, I don't believe.
I'm not.
I don't think so. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. On
I'm
that.
gonna put a little symbol on myself to remind me.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
give
Okay,
myself
so-
Lady Lands.
This building has completely collapsed on
Waving
top of you
maps.
guys
Oh,
now.
wave.
So all of you are prone, except for Genevieve, who now has a whirling bit of like plywood
Nails.
and beams around her in a whirlwind.
Bed knobs
Um,
and broomsticks.
I prone
Yep.
too.
Yeah, everybody's prone because the ceiling fell on top of you. You just took less
Sorry.
damage. You
Stupids.
dove into an area where there was a bit of a gap in the ceiling.
Safkaen's on top of me, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Then I'll just cast Cure Wounds on her on top of me because I have that touch.
Actually, Safkaen should have taken double since she was prone.
Oh,
Well,
She would have already been
sorry.
prone. So I believe she would take double from that. It's a critical if you're prone. So yeah, that'd be 10 points of blood or 20 points of bludgeoning total.
I
on this one.
but I just
Great.
because she's on top of me, I cast my Cure Wounds and give
Okay.
you 12 points back.
Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine. As you do a little bear hug and the ceiling drops.
Well, I can tell she's been hurt. Yeah.
Does casting that spell drop your concentration?
No.
No, it's not a
All right,
concentration.
yeah, you're fine.
It's that's my magic initiate cleric. I get to use it once every long rest. It's
Gotcha.
just it's not one of my normal wizard spells. It's because I'm a magic initiate.
All right. So as Genevieve is out in the yard with this whirlwind, like, oh, sorry guys, I can't really control it. Next up is Xavier.
Okay, so I've got all this like timber and stuff on top of me. Can I move it all, or
Yeah, you can push it off of yourself. It's mostly like small, like branch twigs that had woven, what's that stuff called? Thatch for the roof lining and stuff like that is laying on top of you. You can easily push it off.
okay, I'm gonna push it off and stand up and start trying to help whoever is nearest me. Try to.
Lindel is probably nearest to you and took a pretty big hit.
He's gonna bend over and start trying to dig Lindell out, like pulling
Yeah,
large
you-
pieces off
You
of
get to Lindel's arm pretty quickly and notice there's a large beam across her chest.
Okay, he's going to attempt to pull the beam off.
Roll a strength check for me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. God damn it.
So you use your action to try and free Lindel.
Connect with the tree in yourself. Just beam to tree.
Yeah, just ask it. Just ask the beam.
Just feel?
Can I use my intelligence to use a lever to try?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you kind of improvise it if you'd like to use your artificer knowledge.
Yeah, let's do that.
You try to get a little leverage. I'll give you advantage on the check.
Yay! All right. Woohoo! How about 17?
17 is plenty. You throw the roof off of Lindel. Lindel is clear now, but still prone.
Nice.
So you have a little bit of movement left, maybe about 10 feet.
10 feet. Can I try to use any of that movement to help Lindel up or anything like that?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand there then.
Okay, yeah, you stay put. So next up is Safkaen. Safkaen, you are pinned down on top of you. You've got beams across your back. There's brush in your face.
Safkaen.
You feel the healing energy from you enter your body.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are they face to face, and then you just kind of reaches up and puts her hands on Safkaen's chest? Is that what just happened here?
I imagine it's kind of a hug type thing.
I imagined a hug.
Say it did. So I just want to be clear.
There's a tender moment.
She actually puts her finger in her mouth.
Yeah. Is it a tender moment or no? DM, is it a tender moment or a dirty moment?
I guess it's a tender moment until Genevieve got involved. Farted it up.
I've got my arms around him. I'm just like, Safkaen, there's still an arrow.
Okay.
The tales in song of Short Expectations will tell a much different story from the mouths of bards.
Yes. Bard.
Someone cast this whirlwind spell. I don't know who. And
I can hear you. It's too loud. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
She cast Raise the Dead.
Raise the Dead.
Animate Triton.
Try and just I don't know. Can we throw as many things off?
Can we do it together? Can we do a strength check together and try to push?
You want help casting Dance Horizontal?
Safkaen and I have lost control of this narrative. and then we found our necromancer making out with our fish. It was so weird.
It's a very moist experience. All right, while you guys figure out how to get out of the rubble, I want to take a little break, just 5 minutes. We've got to take a little break, use the bathroom, get some
we need a
drinks,
bathroom break. I need a bathroom break too.
We'll figure out how you and Safkaen get out of this.
Okay.
XL, like Xavier.
Yes, exactly like that. But which, by the way, I think Xavier has been rubbing off on me because I've actually been making my own tinctures.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Is that
So I've
Triton
got
blood?
No, this is actually Damiana, which is supposed to help with concentration and mood. It is supposed to be helps with anxiety, which I have. So
oh yeah,
in the world. I'm also doing one
like a blend, like you smell it, or you put it in a warmer, or
like this. Basically, you just take the herbs and you put it into alcohol that's high enough to pull out the nutrients in it, and then you treat it almost like tea. So you only take a few drops, and you drop it into hot water or something, and drink it. And the one I'm doing right now is Skullcap. And it's supposed to relax you when you're trying to sleep. So it's supposed to help with sleep problems and things like that. So I was thinking I'll do that and then take like a little cup of it right before bedtime. But
sounds like you're doing real life alchemy and experimenting.
Yeah, I am, and it's interesting. You can find a lot of books and websites dedicated to, using herbs and just herbal remedies and things like that, and how to make your own tinctures and infusions. And the more I got into it, I'm like, holy crap, I am turning into my character.
I hear that for like tinctures and stuff, especially for relieving pain, if you can derive it from a poppy, that's supposed to be really, really powerful stuff.
Nope.
Really imagine.
Do recommend, definitely.
Yeah, but in their highest concentrations, they're really powerful.
Highly addictive, yes.
Yep. You can get them in liquid form, in white powder.
A black tar, I believe.
Yeah. There's some street names though, so you need to learn all the street names.
Yeah.
So speaking of poppies,
Poppy seed book. Yeah, I'm familiar.
It's vegan. It's 100% vegan.
100%.
Natural.
All natural.
All natural.
has anyone here watched Into the Badlands? Okay. Kind of a post-apocalyptic kung fu action, but it's all about poppies. Like there's these drug lords and they grow poppy fields and never mind.
Have you ever seen Ricky O?
No, I want to.
That's also about poppy fields and the prison system.
Drug lords and
and punching straight through people.
Punching straight through people.
All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, you and Safkaen are doing it. Getting out of the rubble, doing that. Oh, and Lindel, you look up and you see a foaming at the mouth Xavier ripping boards off of you.
Oh, ow. Yeah.
No. So when all this happened, he probably pulled his mask down and immediately spewed. So
all over Lindel.
Cool. Great. Awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
You're covered in like foamy sap. It's like a bubble bath, but Xavier's saliva.
Just completely sticky and
still not quite enough to make her consider taking another bath.
No.
Did you cover your camera?
No. Oh. It got moved. My camera covered it. Okay.
It's a ghost.
Yes, it's a ghost.
Speaking of which, what are you doing? How are you getting out of this?
Whose turn is it?
I'm gonna try and just geek.
You're gonna geek. All right, roll a strength check for me for your geek.
Strength. Do I just click it? Oh yeah. Okay. I got a 16.
16. You managed to push up. There's a gap between you and you right now. So you can try and kind of heave it over to the side if you'd like. Okay, yeah, you heave it over to the side and you're kind of holding it up, bracing yourself with one hand just to keep it off of you.
Can I if I'm
it's okay.
bracing, can I just push up myself a bit? Like a one-arm push-up? I don't know.
We'll say athletics for this one.
Okay.
I'll let you do one more check with athletics. I know there's probably 2 actions in there somewhere, but I'll let you do it because you're a monk. You're badass.
Ooh, 22.
22, easy enough. Yes, you and hulk it right off your back. It collapses behind you and dust falls up and the dust kind of gets sucked into the whirlwind.
Jen's just covered by this dirty whirlwind around her.
I'll say that's probably about all you could do, Safkaen, on your turn. That'd be on to you.
Just gonna dust herself off.
All right. Yeah, you are now just kind of laying on your back in the rubble, like, what just happened?
Just sit up. And then,
do I
still have a crossbow bolt? in my shoulder, right?
Yeah, you do. And when you sit up, you notice that all of your skeletons are also underneath the rubble. Some of them worse off than others.
Oh no!
They took that. They took the bludgeoning damage as well when the roof fell.
But they've got armor. The ones that have armor will be okay, right? Right.
Yeah. AC will help you so much against a roof falling on your head.
I thought they'd already run away.
Oh yeah, you'd already sent them off. I'm sorry. You're
Yeah,
correct.
what are you talking about? They're gone.
Yep, they're already gone, scattered into the city. My bad. Skeletons are gone. You're sat up, so you used half your movement to get up, or are you going to stay seated?
Oh. I mean, I don't get it. We're in initiative order. Because things are attacking us. Is that what's happening?
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
no. Dang. Yeah, I'm just gonna get up and not use any of my spell slots. Can I hold my action? I want to
you can hold something.
Pull out my dagger and I want to hold Toll the Dead.
Okay, you hold
when
Toll
I
the Dead,
actually-
kind of frantically looking around for a target. Next up is Lindel, who is also kind of prone, laying in rubble, looking up at foaming Xavier.
Thanks, Xavier. Are you all right?
So Xavier's actually going to hold his hand out to like help Lindel up.
Thanks.
Yep,
His
you're up.
hand is just like sticky, gross, nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. You're covered in like foamy sap and dust. It's almost like you've been tarred and feathered.
Are you okay?
It's just another Taurus day.
Just another manic Taurus day.
Manic Taurus day. Yeah. Yes, I'm a little bruised, but I'm fine. Is everyone else okay?
I don't think you is.
I'll look
Those have
over.
a crossbow bolt.
Do I see?
But
My
obsidian dagger though is
terrible wound, but she's still dagger at the ready.
Okay, so
with a
she's
glowing purple
Covered in,
magic.
like dust and rubble.
she looks
glowing
unfazed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You usually looks unfazed unless it's sitting through you guys' dialogue.
Okay. Do I just as a quick, shoulder? Do I see any bad guys like actively?
Roll a perception check for.
Ooh, okay, 22.
22. Based on the trajectory of those bolts and where they hit Safkaen and you, you can see they're coming from vastly opposite directions. One from way off to the right and one way off to the left somewhere. But from this angle, there's only so many rooftops that it could have come from.
Okay. And when I say when you say way off, do you mean like 30 feet, 60 feet, 120 feet?
Further than
300
120 feet.
Further than 120 feet.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. So we were definitely sniped somehow. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. 1 second. No, did not prepare a whole lot of battle spells today, guys. Today was going to be going into the castle. All right. Well,
We didn't do that.
When in doubt, yeah, that's what I want. So here's what I'm going to do. We know that they're sniping, so we need to get up to their height. I don't have like a flight spell or anything like that, and I'm really trying to save those 4th level spell slots for something super serious. So what she's going to do is she's going to pull out her staff of the python, and she's going to kind of put it between her legs like a witch's broomstick, and she's going to say, "Trevor, I choose you!" and she's gonna try to make Trevor bamf out so that he bamfs out like underneath her, and like extends her up into the air.
Yeah, we'll say that you're right at the base of that big rock formation. So when you balloon out Trevor, you're able to have Trevor kind of push into the rock, so to speak, like a ramp, and you can get all the way up real high to get a better vantage point. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, kind of either on Trevor or on a better vantage. Either or.
We'll say that you are on the back of Trevor and you're up on top of this rock out of the rubble. It's slingshotted you both up there.
Oh, okay, awesome. So I'm on top of Trevor. So I've got my
pointed tail slingshot kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got my spider's climb shoes have locked myself into Trevor's head, so I'm not going to fall off.
Slimy,
and I'm just
but probably not.
He's wood. He's not slimy, right? So I'm on Trevor's head, and I'm just like doing like a scout, just like trying to.
Okay. I let Safkaen do 2 skill checks. Why not you two? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm probably not going to get better than 21. That was already, I think, at 18. So. Yeah, no, 9.
9. You're looking. You don't see anything except kind of off in the distance to the right, down that main dock area. You can't quite make it out, but you hear just a collapse, almost like a bunch of wooden beams or something clanking down the side of a cliff.
Can you ping on the map where that is, please?
Yeah. It's over here somewhere. Like around the corner.
So like, down that path and like around the corner. Okay.
Around the corner and off the side of the cliff even. It's like around the corner and down.
And down the cliff.
Yeah, maybe like 20 feet down or something. You just hear a collapse.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right.
Guys, I can see them.
Round. Right. One moment, please.
Oh, wait, I guess before I bamf Trevor, because I did see it, I'll just point in the direction that I assumed both. Because you said I assume one came from the left and one came from the right, right? With my first check.
Where are you looking?
When I was on the ground, you said I had perceived one to be like 120 to the left, 120 to the right, or whatever.
At least one was off in this direction somewhere, and one was off in this direction somewhere. Greater than 120 feet away. Here.
Yeah, I missed where you're paying, but I'll quickly, before I bamf up on Trevor, I'll just point out one came from that direction, one came from that direction, and then I'll jump up on the rock.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. What's your AC, Lindel?
My AC is 19.
19. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right.
I had to shoot anyway.
Which one is this? This is a longbow arrow. A longbow arrow goes right through the center of your chest, Lindel. Explodes out the back. It came from straight in front of you, kind of off to the left where I'd pinged, like this direction.
Right in front.
But it came from way further than 120 feet. Maybe more like 300 feet. It was very far away, arced up over the edge and just straight through your chest.
Dude,
critical hit.
What?
One came from that direction.
You take 22 points of piercing damage.
Cool, awesome, great, fabulous.
And then, so that's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Genevieve.
Yep.
You've got your whirlwind going.
I
So
do.
that imposes what, disadvantage on long range attacks?
I believe I'm just going to read again to make sure. Yep, disadvantage if it has to come in or out of the wind.
If it has to come in and out of the wind. Okay, you see a crossbow bolt with a flaming tip come straight at you from over the rooftops, way off to the right. And when it hits the barrier of the whirlwind, let's see how it goes.
We need visual
disadvantage. So
Disadvantage.
this is the other one. Hang on a second. Changing sheets. Okay.
And now what can shoot?
That's a
Can't
23
elves?
to hit.
Okay,
There's a type of
23
elf called a deepwood sniper I know that can shoot like insanely long ranges.
They could just have the
Whenever-
sharpshooter feat, which means their long range isn't at
Ah.
disadvantage, right? They could just be trained sharpshooters.
You take 12 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt sticks into your shoulder this time, out the back, and you hear over your shoulder.
No. Oh, but you've got the wind going,
I
right?
can't hear anything. Also, just so you know.
Yeah, she's deaf, and the rest of you guys can't hear anything going on past the whirlwind.
Okay.
Okay, so Genevieve, it's your turn.
Well, the wind should snuff that out, should it not?
Yeah, you're correct. It blows out immediately at the start of your turn.
I just need to do some math. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Okay.
you need to roll a concentration check, I think. On
Oh, I
that
need to do that too. I do.
Okay,
I do.
so roll
Let
a
me do-
d20.
Let me do my HP first, because I will
Okay.
forget. Okay. D20.
Yeah, d20.
13.
Okay, you save. No problem. It blows out. And what would you like to do?
Oh! I'm pissed. So I'm gonna turn look at everybody, and I know they can't hear me, so I'm like, ugh, and just start going around the corner. I want to go this way.
Okay, so you're running around for cover?
Well, I want to go down towards where I think the arrow is, because I see that path leads down.
Yes, it does lead down. So you jump up onto this dock that's about 3 feet off the ground, and kind of held aloft. The soil begins to crumble a little bit more. It's drier in this area, and it's kind of covered in rubbish and undergrowth. You can see rats skittering underneath it.
Wow.
There are crows that kind of take off and flap away as you head into this ghost town of rubble and stacked up buildings. You can hear like creaking. You hear the wind rushing through. Are you keeping
I
your
don't hear
whirlwind
anything.
up?
It's still up, but I want to dash while I'm going, if that's possible.
All right. What is the radius on that? On the
It's like a 10.
whirlwind?
I made a square on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so
So
yeah,
you can see it.
begin pulling the buildings down around you as
Oh,
you go
okay.
in. The docks behind you quickly clutter up, and buildings start collapsing.
Oh my
There's
god.
dust billowing up behind you as you head in, and the whirlwind is picking up force, and it's picking up debris, and it's almost like a solid wall 40 feet around you as the buildings around you are just crumbling.
Holy crap.
It's
So what
starting
I
to
made-
pull up the boards beneath you from the dock. It's beginning harder and harder to travel forward. As you pull up beams, you have to jump from one to the other to avoid falling into the pit of rats' nests and debris.
Ew. Okay, well that's unfortunate. And that's my turn if I dashed as well, so
All right, next up is Xavier, and then Safkaen's on deck.
Okay. Xavier
The
reaches
foaming stops.
what?
The foaming at your mouth stops.
Okay. He reaches down, pulls up like this, and you see stones start coming up out of the ground all around them, creating a wall around.
Yeah, what's the radius?
Let's
I'm gonna burn
see.
this mother down. We're just gonna wipe this off the map.
60 feet, 15 feet per level, 15 foot. Well, shit, I can't do that much. Okay. So I can only do about one side of it then.
What's the radius or
60
range? Or 60 feet?
Yeah.
You could close in everyone except for Genevieve.
Okay. He's
If
gonna
you
try
wanted
and
a rock wall.
No, it's not a rock wall. It's an illusion.
Oh, okay. oh, okay. Well, I don't know that. So you, whoever's shooting at you doesn't know. So,
but at least it gives us visual cover because they can't see through the illusion. So,
can you see through it from the opposite side?
I don't know if I can see through my. Can I see through my own illusion? Is that a
If you're
thing?
throwing up an illusion and not telling everyone, all of a sudden, everybody except for Genevieve, you see this giant rock wall cavern type thing just sprout up around you, and it's just there.
Huh?
Like you're suddenly in a tube of rock.
This comes down, right?
How tall is the wall?
He's gonna lean over and go, "Don't worry, it's not real."
So 60 feet cube or 60-foot diameter? Like, how much space can you cover?
Let me pull this up. You create an image of an object, creature, or some other visual. It says it's no larger than 15-foot cube. It says 60 feet and then says 15-foot cube. That's
60-foot range, maybe.
So I can only create like a 15-foot wall, essentially.
Then I'll say everybody but Lindel you could close in.
Okay.
Up to maybe the height of the building. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
But Lindel, you just see a rock wall form behind you. Or Lindel, you can't see the party anymore. There's just a rock wall. But Trevor's body goes through it.
Oh.
Hopefully that didn't
That's
spoil
weird.
That ruins the illusion.
Yeah, and Safkaen.
He doesn't seem distressed.
Yeah, there's just a wall on all four sides of it, going up like 2 stories. Okay, Xavier, anything else?
No, he's gonna move closer to Genevieve. Oh, Genevieve took the shot and then left, didn't she? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I guess I'll just stay there.
All right, you don't tell anybody, so everybody, there is now a rock wall. You have no idea why. Safkaen, what would you like to do?
Didn't Xavier say it's not real?
He did.
No.
He whispered it's not real.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything.
Okay. So I also wanted to see if I could do a sort of control thing.
Okay.
So if I made a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, what would that look like?
It would be kind of what Xavier's already made, but not illusory.
Yeah, would it be a real one?
I'm just thinking
maybe slightly bigger.
If they can't see us, they need to come to us to kill us, and we have the advantage to close that.
They can't snipe us.
Can I,
yeah.
Can I sort of try and? I don't want to. So I want to stay within the illusion wall, but I also want to try and get Lindel in my little wall as well. Is there anywhere I could move? Maybe like.
What was the radius on that again?
20 foot in diameter. 20 feet in diameter. 20 feet high and 1 foot thick.
Lindel and you are a bit too far apart to achieve that. It's close, but not quite.
It's okay. I'm going to be running next round anyways.
You guys can't hear each other.
That's true. Okay, I'll just stay where I am then, and then cast wall of water.
Wall of water? Okay. And where would you like to put your wall of water?
I guess the same sort of area that Xavier's is, but just to like reinforce it.
Okay, yeah, very good. You would know from experience that arrows or bolts, when they hit water, they actually only go about half their distance before they stop completely. So it slows down projectiles quite a bit. So you throw up your wall of water. How thick do you want to make that wall of water?
1 foot thick.
1 foot thick. Okay.
The measurement I'm given.
All right. You can draw it on the map if you'd like.
Any ranged weapon attack that enters the wall space is disadvantaged.
Okay.
And fire damage is halved.
Good stuff. All right, so yeah, go ahead and put where you're putting that wall on the map if you can draw it. If it'll let you.
If you put it inside of my wall, they're still gonna see the stone wall, but if they do try to fire through it, they're gonna hit yours.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm banking on. Just to like reinforce it.
Okay.
And what can I like me. Can I do like this?
Yeah. 20. Yeah, that's about right. I'd say that's about right. Yeah, it would include Xavier if we.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up is you. What would you like to do?
You is going to use her bonus action and psychically command all of her thralls to kill.
Does it work?
But not kill anyone in short expectations, right? Like out there.
Kill everybody they didn't see 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Or 5 minutes ago. How long have we been?
2 things. First of all, what's the range on your command? And second of all, does it work through water? Because some things don't work through water.
It does. This is not like the other thing. I know what you're thinking about the 10 feet of water. No, this is if they're within 60 feet of me, I can psychically command them.
60 feet. I will say 3 of the 5 are within range.
Okay, so those 3, I want them to kill anyone that didn't help dress them earlier.
Okay, they get to dress. You don't have to speak it in words. You can just think it, and it happens.
No, it's psychic. Yeah,
right,
it's a psychic.
That's what I'm saying. Because you can just kind of think it. It's a concept. It's not necessarily words, so you don't have to put it into words. They get it.
Yeah,
they know you want them to seek and destroy.
Tell them to spread out and attack. Yeah, seek and destroy. The other 2, I guess, are still looking for treasure.
All right.
That's
I would like you to roll investigation checks for those 3. So 3 investigation rolls.
So you mean because they're looking for people to kill? Those 3?
Yeah, and investigation, I believe, is intelligence. You'll have to add whatever their intelligence is.
Yeah,
unless they use
I've got
words.
they have their own everything, and their stats are here.
So 3 intelligence checks.
If you look at my card. Wait a second.
Okay.
I'm reading their thing.
And after you, Lindel's on deck.
Okay, so the first one is 14 investigation.
Okay.
The next one is 13 investigation.
Okay.
Ooh, the last one's an 8.
All right. You do not get any psychic pings that they have discovered anyone yet, but they are still searching. And you kind of give them the areas to look in that you think those projectiles might have come from.
Yeah, I wanted them to spread out.
Okay, very good. They're fanned out. At least 3 of them are. The other 2, who knows?
That's just my bonus action.
And for your action.
Oh. I'm still holding Toll the Dead, but it's only 60 feet. I will swap over to holding Chill Touch because it's 120 feet. And then so Safkaen, this place came down, so there's not a roof, right?
You're standing on the roof.
That fell down to the ground.
Yeah, and you're kind of in a weird cloud of dust, surrounded by a wall of water, surrounded by an illusory wall of stone. Whatever that would look like.
If I'm holding a spell and then I use a reaction, because I have shield as a reaction later, it drops the spell I'm holding, right?
That's correct.
Okay, never mind. I'll just hold my spell then.
Chill touch. Okay.
Yes.
So you hold chill touch, stays put. Next is Lindel.
Okay, so I'm going to mentally command Trevor. I'm gonna look over my shoulder, see that you and Safkaen and Xavier are putting up fortifications as if they're holding up.
And you can see a whirlwind of rubbish down, kind of away,
going down the
around
hallway,
the corner. Just a whirlwind of rubbish up in the air.
Whirlwind of mess.
Yeah. So here's what Lindel's gonna do. She's on Trevor's head, so she's mentally gonna command Trevor to carry her 30 feet.
Okay.
Or his full speed.
I'll say you can get down to the bottom of the rock in another 10 feet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then another 10 feet. And then
around the tree or something. That'd be
right,
fun.
and then she'll command him to dash down the pathway.
Okay. You dash down the pathway, and do you want to go with, or?
So she's on top of his head.
Okay,
right?
so she's riding.
She's riding Trevor, right?
Yeah.
So she hasn't used any of her movement yet. She's just mentally commanding him.
Sure. Yep.
And she's commanded him to carry her 30 feet down,
and
then dash and carry her 30 feet into the.
Yeah, sure. You slither up and over the dock. There's like two different pathways. There's a split. You can go straight or right. Which way would you like to go?
The sounded like it came more from the straight or more from the right.
The bolt or the whirlwind of trash?
The whirlwind of the trash is to the right.
Yeah.
The arrow came more from the left.
The arrow definitely came from that straight, and then it cocks to the left path.
Yeah. And where was the crash? The crashing sound wasn't from the arrow, though. That was from a different spot, right?
That was almost straight ahead, but to the right a little bit. And over the edge.
She's aiming for whatever path led to the crashing sound.
Okay, that'd be straight ahead. And you see one of you skeletons hunched over with its arms out, just running, clamoring across the path in that direction.
Okay, so
you see another one come towards you and just pass you, ducking into a building.
How far does that get me down the path?
I will say that you can get around this corner to about right here. That's where that skeleton passes you and ducks into a building.
Lovely. So then she'll step off Trevor.
Okay.
And she'll mentally command him just to wait there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
She'll next use her Channel Divinity Cloak of Shadows, which allows her to become invisible until the end of her next turn.
All right, very good.
So she becomes invisible.
So
and then
invisible
as her action, and then she'll move her full movement, which is now her movement, which is 30 feet down the length of this path.
All right. It's like a bleeding eye for invisibility. All right, so now you're heading into Theater the Mind territory. You're probably about 30 feet from what you think the edge is. The walkway is getting more crumbly and hard to walk on at this point. The dilapidated buildings are really close to this like main pathway on either side, and you can start to see the ocean over some of the rooftops up ahead.
I like to think that when she uses this cloak of shadows, she holds her holy symbol, and have you ever seen X-Men with Mystique?
Yeah.
When she does a slow, and it's like the scales turning over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but it's like fairy wing scales.
Yeah,
and there's a little bit of
very,
sparkles,
like petals almost.
Yeah, like petals, and it just kind of goes from her feet all the way up to her top, and it just as the wave of petals moves up, she becomes invisible.
All right, very good.
And then
so there you are, invisible. There's skittering skeletons kind of running in and out of buildings around you, and you turn invisible right there.
That's in
Trevor,
my turn.
About 30 feet behind you at the crossroads. Next up is, my turn. Let's see here.
Quit shooting us.
Yeah, please. Can we just get bored or run out of arrows, or I don't know. Hungry, I don't know. Go get some snacks.
We've yet to have an enemy just get bored of us.
I got over it.
Yeah, just let him go, guys.
Let's see if we can see.
We're more trouble than we're worth.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if this happens. It might.
It's not gonna happen.
11. Hang on. 11 plus.
Counterspell.
11 plus 10. 21 to hit. On
Oh,
Lindel. On Lindel.
oh no.
There's a disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm. It was at disadvantage, and they had to do something special to make that happen.
Yep, that hits. Go ahead, do damage.
All right. Oh, you know what? Never mind. They can't. That's not a bonus action. Never mind. They can't do it. They had to do a lot of work to get there, but they couldn't do it. Okay. So that's
Second
that
and
one's
weaving
turn.
through the narrow passageways of the buildings.
You know what? Hang on a second. No, they're not going to do that. Okay. So then. All right. Disadvantage. That is a 20. Dirty 20 on Genevieve.
Ouch.
So another bolt passes through the whirlwind, and it hits you in the opposite shoulder. Let's see here. Dealing... They rolled low. 8 points of piercing damage. But it did manage to get through the whirlwind. Which is picking up, still pulling more buildings and trash into it. It's hard to see. It's your turn now, Genevieve.
I need to roll for concentration, right?
Yes, you do.
I got a 3.
So that drops. So the spell quits, and it starts raining down garbage all around you. Roof tiles, beams, pieces of stone, all sorts of stuff just raining down around you in a circle, piling up like a big donut. And you're just in the center of this donut.
Can I Misty Step as I see this stuff falling?
You can. So you can go further up the path if you'd like. There's a T intersection. You can go back the opposite way where you came from.
I want to go up to the T.
Okay,
Is that about 30 feet?
Yep, you Misty Step up to the T intersection. Not quite in it yet to where people on either side could see you. And there's just raining down mess of broken building parts behind you. About 10 feet behind you. It makes a loud enough sound that you're just kind of like, ducking a little, covering your head and ears a little bit. And end your turn there. Or do you have an action still, right?
Well, no, I used my Misty Step, which would be my action, but I have a bonus action.
Okay,
Can I do
your bonus action?
Well, no, I don't know if I want. Never mind. I don't think that's fair. Nothing. Never mind. I'm just. Can I crouch down at least? Like I'm covering my head from
I'll
stuff
say
falling?
you can hide. You want to roll a stealth check for me?
Sure, I'm great at those.
There's plenty of rubble.
7.
Okay. You think you're hidden, but you're crouched around a pretty tiny piece of rubble. You're just none the wiser. All right. Next up is Xavier. What would you like to do?
Oh man, I don't know what to do.
So how long does this illusion last?
I think it lasts as long as I can cast it at will, concentration, or up to 10 minutes. So if I stop concentrating,
you can.
It'll last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you've barely even scratched the surface.
It'll last a while. So let's see. Genevieve and Lindel have run out of the circle and have disappeared kind of into the...
Yeah, they're in the Sunken City.
In the Sunken City, kind of looking for the bad guys. We know that used skeletons are out there. Mm-hmm. God, how do we...
Get her. Yeah, her eyes are still black. So you know that she's commanding something.
I'm no good unless I can see the bad guys.
You can hold something.
I mean, you can drop the illusory wall and bank on Safkaen's water wall.
I'm gonna let it be up, and
Okay.
I'm gonna move over toward. Yeah, I guess the most passable way you would come into the wall. So
if
it looks
you
like
don't want to break, if you don't want to break the illusory wall and be out in the open for that potential sniper, you can head toward where you know the building was and go in through the building.
Oh, this actually connects into the building?
Yeah. I mean, your rock wall's there, but you know you can just walk right through it into a hole in a building.
Can I go into the building and come out like over here somewhere? Or at least
You can.
kind of like hide myself. So I'm gonna go here then.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my back kind of up against a wall and look around the corner to see if I see anyone coming, from this general direction.
Sure.
basically.
Yeah, quick glance. Do a perception check with disadvantage.
And get ready to Eldritch Blast some jerks.
If you can look for longer, but it'll expose you.
20.
That's with disadvantage?
Oh, with disadvantage? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought
If you want to look longer, you can do it just a straight roll.
Do I get a straight roll just because I've got advantage normally on perception checks?
Oh. If you normally do, then it would just be a straight roll. You're fine. So
Then-
20?
So 20.
You see Trevor parked up to the right, kind of near a split where the walkway goes left and then straight again. And then, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you also see kind of above Trevor on one of the rooftops, a ceiling tile falls and clatters down to the dock.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a fireball right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 60-ish feet away.
He's just gonna kind of hunker down, get ready to Eldritch Blast, and he's gonna kind of keep looking at that area, waiting
Are you
for.
gonna stay exposed, or are you gonna duck back in?
He's gonna duck back in, like
Duck back
maybe
in and hold it.
5-foot step back, just to like if anything crosses his path, he's
Okay.
gonna.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception, 17.
17. Okay, good to know. All right. So Xavier's going to hold the Eldritch Blast onto Safkaen.
No, I'm not going to hold it on Safkaen.
The Eldritch Blast.
The Eldritch Blast.
I feel like Safkaen might just. She's on the roof, right?
Safkaen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're standing on the roof that's collapsed to the ground.
So I'm not on a roof anymore.
No, it's a story up to the next roof.
Okay.
It slants upward. You could try to like run up it and jump.
Will I still have the wall around me?
As long as you don't take damage and maintain concentration.
Yeah, but it will still like cover me, ish.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to see if I can get a better look, but I don't want to leave my wall.
Yeah, you can see a little bit raining off the side of a roof. That's, within jumping distance if you wanted to try.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay, you're going to try and spring off the roof on the ground and jump up a story to the next roof up. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
Okay. Because most of my attacks are not really ranged, so there's no point
From
in
the
me
wall of water, there
venturing
is
out.
kind of a heavy waterfall coming off the edge, like a heavy rain.
Okay.
How'd you do?
I got a 14.
14. You jump up and you grab the edge with your hands, but they slip and you slide right off into the waterfall, back onto the roof and slide back down it. Roll a concentration check for me. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Did you say I have to make a constitution?
Yeah, you have to make your check. Just roll a d20.
Just straight?
Straight d20.
Okay.
Unless you have advantage to maintain concentration on spells, but I think that's a wizardy sorcery thing.
No, I don't have that. 11?
11. Yep, you maintain the wall of water.
Okay.
So that's
But
your
I'm not
action.
like fucking.
Yeah. So that's your action. You used a little bit of movement, but you can still move like 20 feet or take a bonus action.
Can I try and run up again?
That would be another action to try it again.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will just.
DC was
Maybe
15
I will-
on that, by the way, because of the water
Okay.
rushing off the side.
Maybe I will spend a key point and take a dodge action.
Dodge action. Okay,
Yeah, I'll
Yep,
do patient.
you can do that.
Fine.
So you are taking patient points. And that's Safkaen's turn. On to you.
You still in there with Safkaen. Bonus action, like have my skeletons attacked or anything? Do I need to control them? They're still just looking?
You kind of hone in on the 3 that you were able to command. They haven't found anything. They're still searching.
So it's like way out and about. Oh my god.
Actually, one of them pings on something. They heard a ceiling tile fall and have skittered over. It's kind of in the direction that Xavier went.
I was going to say, that's just Lindel. in the direction Xavier went. Oh, this way?
Yeah, it's off in that direction that it pings, maybe a little further than where Xavier is. But you wouldn't know that.
No. Then I'm just gonna stay. I don't know why we're running out and what we're doing. So she's just gonna stay there.
Okay. You stays put. You can continue holding your chill touch, if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right, Lindel's up. So Lindel, you're invisible. You hear a roof tile clank down onto the ground behind you about 30 feet, right in front of Trevor.
Oh, like here?
Yep.
Can I see the roof tile?
Yeah, you can see the roof tile.
Sorry, can I see? Apologies. Can I see what caused the roof tile to clink?
Roll a perception check for me.
Get
This will
'em!
use your action, by the way.
Oh.
If you want
Oh,
to.
that's it.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, I guess. 23.
23.
Ooh.
This is Where is it? There. 23. You don't see any cause of that disturbance.
Hey. So it was back here, right?
Yeah, that's where it hit the ground.
Okay. And 2 turns ago, when I heard the crash from over here, that sounded like it was in a different spot than from where the sniper was, right?
Yes. Further away.
Okay.
Towards the cliff edge.
Okay, so I'm going to mentally command Trevor to stay where he is. But if he perceives any hostiles that are not skeletons or short expectations, to attack and try to grab them.
Okay, yeah, he's pointed up at where he thinks that roof tile came from. And
Yeah.
just
Can he see anything from his vantage point?
You can roll a perception check for Trevor. That'd be fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Meanwhile, do you have a psychic link to your skeletons outside of range? Like, do you know what's happening to them?
No. When
They're just
outside of range,
following the prime directive.
right.
Go out of
Once
range.
they're outside of range, they're just following the whatever
The
one thing I
original
told
one,
them.
which is
So if they're outside of 60 feet,
find
they're
the chest.
killing or they're searching for any chest.
Searching for any
just
chest.
any chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know if they found anything until they're back in range.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, David.
Do you know if they're gone? Like if they've ceased?
If you issue no commands, the creatures do nothing except defend themselves. Follow until their task is complete. The creatures are under your control till the spell ends. I mean, they have stats and stuff, though. So if you're going to attack them, you need to let me roll for them.
Yeah, but I'm trying to keep a secret from you what she wouldn't know. What is...
Like a familiar. I can't see through their
right,
eyes.
that's what I'm going for. Okay, thank you. All right, so...
Hey, David.
Yeah, go ahead.
I unfortunately will have to stop here fairly soon. I was hoping we could wrap this up. I was supposed to stop at 5, but...
Okay, yeah, so Lindel, what would you like to do? Or how did Trevor do?
He got a 15 on his perception check.
He doesn't notice anything more than you do.
So Trevor has 10 foot of blind sight, which I forgot about. So what?
How does that work?
Yeah. So blind sight means that you don't. It's kind of like echolocation.
Okay, I see.
Where something can't benefit from being invisible or illusory or anything like that. You can feel them, or I think maybe it's more of like a smell kind of thing.
So like an extra sensory snake thing.
It's an extra sensory thing. So what he's going to do, it's 10 feet. So what he's going to do is Lindel's going to command him to climb up or stretch up to the roof and just like sniff around or feel around or whatever that area that he saw the tile fall from.
Okay. How do we want to do this? Roll. Well, he already did his perception check, so that's kind of an action, but you're commanding him to do something. As he crawls up the side of the building, the stones begin to kind of collapse under his weight as he gets higher and higher, and the wall's starting to kind of bow in a little bit where the stones are pushing in from just the weight of Trevor. Can you roll a dexterity check for Trevor? Or do you care if the building collapses, I guess?
Well, so I'll roll a dexterity check, but basically if the building collapses and whatever's shooting gets caught in the collapse, that also solves the problem.
So you don't really care, so he doesn't really have to roll a check then, unless you're trying to prevent it.
Well, I give him the command, and he does his thing.
Yeah, you give him the command, he does his thing. Structurally, the wall does not hold up, and he just crashes right through it. Some rocks and stones kind of fall on him and pelt him a little bit. He's going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and part of that wall just collapses in. He doesn't get any kind of pings, though, off of his blind sight.
However much movement he has left, he'll try again.
He's under a little pile of rubble, but he can shake himself out and get out of it and kind of stand up again. Now inside the structure itself, hell, let's just try it. He doesn't ping on anything.
So that's Trevor. Lindel used her action perception check of 23, and she couldn't see what was on the roof. That was her action to make a perception check. Fuck. Okay. She'll just...
Centaurs.
Pardon?
Sorry.
Sorry. Going on about centaurs again.
Yeah. This was... Okay, well, she's got 30 feet of movement, right? So...
Yeah.
She can... Was this the building that made the crash right here?
You can't see the building that made the crash, but it was definitely over the cliff face. And from your current location, you can see the cliff face, and there are
Yeah.
like buildings and
there.
rooftops kind of like clinging to the side, and you can see a couple of walkways that lead downward.
How
there's
far to the
stairs
cliff
and
face?
scaffolding. From where you are, 20 feet.
Okay, so she'll go to the edge of the cliff face.
Yep, and
What
you can
can
see
she
there's
see?
there's a walkway that leads down. It's very rickety. There are buildings all over the place. It's kind of hard to see, but there's one little kind of V shape where you can see the ocean down below, and we'll say you can see it's a little bit foggy in the morning air. The sun's still not quite up yet, but you can see in the mist one ship wreckage out to sea a little bit in the bay around this dilapidated sunken city.
Okay. She doesn't see any smoke coming up from anywhere or like anywhere that someone's fallen or something like that.
Other than the mist, no, not in the immediate vicinity. And the big cloud of dust over the rooftops to the right where Genevieve was whirlwinding.
Okay. So then she'll just use her last 10 feet of movement to move inside this building right here.
Okay, yeah, you go inside one of the dilapidated buildings. You kind of push back the broken door that's on its hinges, and you're inside a really dusty old space. There's nothing really of interest inside. All right. Next up, Genevieve, what would you like to do? Your whirlwind
But
has ended.
this is the beginning of the top order, though, right? So
Yes, you gotta,
yes,
we
you
stop
gotta
for
attack.
That's a good point.
'Cause that's
Yes, at the beginning of the top order, I'm going to take you guys out of initiative because there's no further arrows. No crossbow bolts. It's gone quiet.
because it's centaurs.
So, Lindel, you
Like a
find
full
yourself
roast snack.
alone in a ghost town, as well as Genevieve. You guys are just alone in this quiet, kind of crumbling ghost town. Xavier, you're just waiting for something to happen, but nothing ever does. And Safkaen and you are inside this rushing stream of wall of water, getting kind of drenched as you're getting rained on.
I will, as soon as I can, after like a little while of realizing that there's no more arrows, I'll
Yeah, like
cancel.
5 minutes go by and your
So-
spells end, nothing happens.
This whole time, Trevor's still trying to get up on the roof. each round, he's still trying to get up at that place.
Yeah, the building just
Oh.
in pieces just starts to collapse around him. Eventually, the roof kind of caves in a little bit, and he's just slithering around on a pile of rubble, trying to find some kind of
Aw.
vent, but nothing ever pings.
If she's gonna drop, yeah,
Your skeletons,
yes,
3 of them, you don't sense any signs of life from them. They're still running in and out of buildings, checking. There's a lot of spaces they could be in. And the other 2 never return to your range.
they're just gone.
Yep, you can only feel 3 out of the 5.
The 3 out of the 5, are they the ones I commanded to search or the ones I commanded to kill?
The ones you commanded to search for the chest are the ones that you can't find. The ones that are commanded to kill are still running in and out of buildings frantically trying to find things.
Okay, well, if they're within my, I'll make them stop looking for things to kill.
Okay. Lindel, looking over the edge into the bay below, you see, kind of in the mist, a faint outline of a skeletal creature swimming out toward the ship wreckage.
What?
Say that again?
You see a skeletal shape in the water swimming out in the bay toward one of those shipwrecks.
Is there a chest in there? Oh, I can't see you.
And then you see a shark fin following closely behind.
My baby.
15 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet, and then it dips below the surface of the water. And about 20 feet before that skeleton is about to reach the ship, it dives out of the water, jaws opening, and clamps down. Bones fly everywhere.
Oh.
Oh.
My babies
That's
work
too
so
bad.
hard.
They got down there really fast.
Yeah.
Move quite quick.
Yeah.
We'll say that once you get back into the range of all 5 of them, you sense one of them is in a pile, collapsed way down, maybe 200 feet down the cliff in a pile.
Oh, wow.
The other one is slowly sinking to the bottom of the sea, and the other 3 are still frantically searching buildings.
Oh no, I told him to stop
Very
searching
good
for people to
service.
kill.
Okay, yeah.
I would convert that then while we're just waiting around for however long to search. So nobody ever found a chest, and they were actually looking. So instead, I'll just have them look for anything gold. I don't know. anything
gold?
looks like it's worth anything. What, or bags maybe? Bags of holding?
All 3 of them immediately rush towards Xavier.
No, not. No.
He was like, oh,
The skeletons stop like a foot away from Xavier, all with their hands greedily pointing toward the bag of holding.
Hookahs! Go look for hookahs!
They
That's what
turn
I'm
around and
supposed to-
frantically start scrambling off again, clicking and clattering
All right.
down the pathways.
I have
Absolutely.
We'll pick up that next time. You guys can explore the expanse of Sunken City.
Okay.
All right, good stuff.
All right,
And
guys.
All right. Love you guys.
We'll play again hopefully next week. Except for
Thank you.
Brian can't make it next week. I'll try to play you to the best of my ability.
I can't go behind me. I know that. So remember that path's tutorial.
I mean, you can crawl over it if you like, but
What are your intentions, Brian, to do next? Like, are you wanting just to hang out with the group? Are you wanting to investigate something specifically?
I wanted to check the T intersection. I wanted to, after being so afraid, to try to be courageous and run headlong into taking out whoever was shooting arrows.
That's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Well, I know that, but Jen didn't, so...
Genevieve, we'll say that you peek around one of the corners, and when you do, you're met with the point of a blade and a voice in a reptilian candor. Come with me.
Oh, shit.
oh,
And we'll pick up there next time.
Oh
No.
no! Oh, she's been kidnapped.
Next time I'm gone.
All right, guys.
so-
Good night.
Yep, pick up there next
Bye,
time.
guys.
Good night. Bye, guys.
Yeah.